Well, very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Flight Deck Sim live stream today. It's the 8th of January 2021, coming in from the United Kingdom at 33 minutes past 5 in the evening. Here we are back in X-Plane 11 in one of my most favourite payware aircraft, the iniBuilds Airbus A300 Freighter Edition. I've been flying this aircraft quite a bit in the last few weeks or so since release, but it's great to be back in it. Today we're taking part in a VATSIM event. Well, right now there's a VATSIM event between Luxembourg and Geneva. There's a shuttle. I didn't actually want to take part in the shuttle because I'd be completely overrun with traffic. So what I thought we'd do is we'd cause a headache to all the VATSIM controllers and come in from the northeast. We're starting today in Gdansk in Poland, right on the north coast by the Baltic Sea, and we'll be taking an hour and a half sector to Luxembourg. Sim's running live weather. The sim is running 12 hours behind live time. So right now in the sim it's 05:34 in the morning, just so we can enjoy a nice sunrise and a little bit of daylight for the approach into Luxembourg. Weather's not too bad here. It's clear skies but very cold. Currently 0 degrees right now in Luxembourg. There's a little bit of light snow around, so we might have a little discussion about winter ops procedures. But then again, I haven't had any experience flying the A300, so we'll see what the manual has to say about operating in winter operations. Here we are live on VATSIM. This scenery is from, now let me try and pronounce this correctly, and we've been having a bit of banter in Discord about this day. I think it's pronounced Jowiecki, not Dr. Zawalski as I've been calling it for a long time, but by Jowiecki from Gdansk. I think the scenery is available in a pack of 4, so you get Gdansk included. So yeah, you got a lovely looking terminal here. We've got Airbus Alpaca Airways, we've got Dash 8 from Eurolot, Wizz Air's here, TUI Fly, we've got Norwegian, Lufthansa, and here we've got a little bit of an Alpaca Airways infestation. We've got 757 A300s, we've got a FedEx in the car park because he couldn't get any room on the main stand. A300s here we are, we're just about ready to start loading our cargo, and we've also got an A300 over here as well. So I think they've got quite a big cargo operation here in Gdansk, so it's very apt to be fitted just here on the cargo stand. Here she is anyway, the beautiful iniBuilds Airbus A300 Freighter. Let's have a look to see who we have chat here. Of course, millions of members. Boy345, David is here, Domino Mosina, Hangar Pilot, Harold Yu, Greg Scott, Hans Christian Holland says, good Mark, hello to you. Robson says, a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Robson, to you as well. Tim Sandskipper Crawl says, hello all. Paul Shoesmith, Domino Mosina, Adam as well. Lots of regular subscribers here too. Super Groby, I've seen you here before, one of the moderators here. Steve Mayer, who's been a member of the channel for a very long time as well. Tim S. Norbert 1699, I can see there as well. So here we are. We're going to be taking 30 tons of cargo, pretty much maximum capacity today. It'll be quite good fun. I don't know what's a common Polish export we could take to Luxembourg. I don't even know. I was trying to look online quickly, but I'm sure chat will be very imaginative in trying to work out what we've got on board today. But anyway, let's get the show on the road. We'll jump into the cockpit here, and I'll just turn the music down ever so slightly. So it is completely cold and dark. I've done absolutely nothing except open the doors. For a little bit of immersion, let's go here to ground services, loader. There we are. So this is a really neat trick. You can see that here comes the loader here. One of my members, Moen, made all of these add-ons here. Look, you see, got alpaca cargo crates to be boarded onto this aircraft. Very, very cool, carrying all the Polish exports we could expect here. A sausage, someone suggested, from Paul Shoesmith. All right, well, 30 tons of sausage to Luxembourg it is then. But we can see it's just about to be shipped on top of this aircraft. So yeah, well, I'll be running the expanded procedures checklist. We'll, of course, look at all of the taxi SID briefing in full. If you have any questions, the best time to get to me is during the cruise. Otherwise, I will take an occasional glance in chat during the setup to see if you have any questions. I can thoroughly recommend grabbing this aircraft. It is literally one of my favourite payware aircraft at the moment. Right, so first thing we need to do is say thanks to whoever that is. Thank you very much, Jet2 Aviator, for the £10 donation. That's very kind of you.
During these dark times, you and Mariana have been a bright light.
Oh.
I love both your channels and all your streams. Keep up the amazing work.
Oh, thank you very much, Jet2 Aviator, for the £10 donation. I'm so happy to have been your bright light in these torrid times. That's very kind of you to say, and I'm glad you've been enjoying the streams, my friend, and I hope you're keeping very well. Right, so let's get the show on the road here. So we're going to pop the batteries on. Can't see them. There they are. There we are. Aircraft's coming to a live, straight onto the external power. And very loud here by default, so I'm going to turn these sounds down here slightly. So the aircraft's now receiving AC power. Straight away we pop the nav and logo light on, especially as it's night, but that tells the ground crew that we are receiving AC power. Please don't disconnect the GPU. Sixilla says, hello from Germany, good day to you. How are you? Main Polish exports are machinery, equipment, metals, metal products, minerals, fuels, chemicals, agricultural products, and even textiles. We'll mix that amongst our sausages, Harold, you, in the cargo bay. Fantastic. Hangar pilot, behave yourself. Brilliant. Maybe I should change the name here. This has become an Airbus channel, said Fly Data Sim. I know, Gerard Roberts. Well, this Airbus, yes, it is an Airbus, but it is so similar to the Boeing that there's enough similarity for me to regularly fly this aircraft without having to. I find this so much easier than the A320 and the A321, but it's an absolute beast, and it's one of the heaviest aircraft I like, so I really enjoy streaming in it here. Jerry says, what a disgrace. Well, we were in the Zebo mod quite recently, and we'll be in it again very soon. Right, so batteries on, external powers connected to the aircraft, electric hydraulic pumps we leave off at this stage, verify low pressure lights there. Flap slat handles are up and match the flap slat angle position. Thank you very much, Ikuchipolo2, for the £2, 30 tonnes worth of treats for Jack. We all love the chief pilot. Thank you very much, Ikuchipolo2, for the £2 donation. Yes, Bono biscuits and pedigree chub for my buddy. Thank you very much, hope you're doing well. So we verify the flap slats position matches the position of the lever. So we've got 0, 0, we've got 0, 0 here. APU fire test, we can do that now, even though we're not going to use the APU at this stage. So let's check the loop test, loop A, and then there's loop B, and then we can do the fire test. I think that might take a little bit longer though, because we have to wait for the power for the aircraft to be there. But there's the squib testing anyway. So we'll have to remember to do the APU test, fire test just before we start it up later. Iris mode selectors, we can switch to nav. Just going to turn the air conditioning down again slightly, very loud. There we are, and oxygen low pressure supply switches are on. They are, that's this one up here, so we can verify that's on. Do an annunciator light test. There we are. All the lights are illuminated. It's a huge panel scan you've got to do this. I mean, it's like a space shuttle, this aircraft. There's so many switches. But everything's lit up like a Christmas tree. Check all the bulbs are good, and then make sure there are no bust lights. Perfect. VHF radios are on VATSIM, so we'll put VHF 1.1, grab the clearance from, I think, Polish centres online, so we'll grab the 80s, grab the clearance from them shortly. Perfect, so the preliminary setup is done. We'll do the flight deck preparation now. So on the FMS we check the status page, so that's under reference aircraft status. We've got the latest air rack installed, valid till January the 28th. We've got the General Electric engines. Are these CF6s? I can't remember, but not the Pratt Whitney ones, the other ones. I think these are General Electrics. The rest is other information pertinent mostly to flight engineers. So that's all set. We go to the init A page. We only put some initial information on this one, so we're just going to tell it where we are. Echo Papa Golf Delta. That's the cargo door closing. That's Gdansk to Luxembourg. Thank you very much to everyone who pointed out the typo. I accidentally put Aberdeen instead of Gdansk. Very similar codes, just the GMP swapped over. That's returned. You can see the cargo door closing there. Very good. So we've got our 30 tons of sausages. God knows whatever the main exports of Poland are. They are all on board. Cost index we're going to use today 30. We'll be cruising at 34,000 feet. And we'll align the RS shortly. Today our call sign today is Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf. Again, I'm just not using that overlay at the moment until I get a bit of feedback from the developer, because ever since I've stopped using that SimToolkit Pro overlay, I've had no crashes. So I had a report from RobSim, one of my members, that there was a link between the two, and since I've stopped using it, it's all been working fine. So here's our operational flight plan. We'll fiddle with the fuel and cargo later, but at this stage I just want to put in the temperature of the tropopause. Well, the height of the tropopause and the temperature at top of climb. So it's going to be at top of climb, 34,000 feet, 28,700 feet for the tropicals. Oops. Let's put the arrow, it helps if I format it correctly. So temperature minus 56, that's correct. Slash 28,700. There we are, and we'll put the average wind in here for the cruise winds, which will help with more accurate ETAs and fuel on arrival. So average wind component 313 at 16. So yeah, alternate will be Schiphol if we can't get into Luxembourg later. So Echo Hotel Alpha Mike, which is in, and we then select Align IRS, and we just have to wait for the IRS alignment to go complete, and then we're all good to go. Tom Coker, how do you install the Alpaca Airlines livery? You can download it here from Nightbot. You can see he's given the command there, and then you pop that into your liveries folder. Simple as that. That's all you need to do. So that page is done. No smoking switch can come to auto for now. We still need to refuel, but I will pop the seatbelt sign on because there's no passengers. Hydraulic power panel set and check. Verify hydraulic pump low pressure lights are illuminated amber, which they are. Servo control panel low pressure lights are illuminated, they are. Flight recorder ground control is on. There we go. External lighting. So at this stage it says no switch off, landing retracted, wing switch off, strobe lights to auto. Beacon off, runway turn off, nav and logo to switch position 1. That's all good. ATS on, and then pitch and yaw damper levers. Do not change electrical power source. Wait until yaw damper is aligned until you use the IRS is aligned before you turn the yaw dampers on. So I'm just going to wait for the IRS alignment to be completed first before I turn that on. Otherwise it keeps de-energizing, powering off, I found. Put the galley power on as well. King Knight call sign with the Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf today. Phil Brown, do you have any update on the Zebo mod? I've noticed Zebo Gateway website is now gone. I've been able to find a link to Google Drive on the forums. Has it, Phil? I know there's been a lot of problems with the Zebo mod downloading at the moment via the Zebo's G Drive, but I didn't know it was actually taken down. That's news to me, but I download it from Zebo's dev Discord, so I've not had any issues, or know about any issues associated with that. Electrical power panel, IG disconnect switches are satisfied. Where's the electrical panel? Here it is. There's no caution lights up there. Generator 1 and 2 fault lights are illuminated. They are. APU generator is on. Well, it's on, but as soon as the APU power becomes available, I think it switches the bus as soon as we get rid of the electrical power. Engine fire panel. Let's do the tests here. So if we bring up the eCam, it's quite useful actually if I do it like this, so you can see what I'm doing. So we'll check the squib. 2 squib lights, we've got amber. Loop A, fault off, hold it down. There's the engine fire test, so it gives you the actions, pull the fire handle and discharge the agent, and then we'll release it to complete the test on loop B. Repeat it on engine number 2. There we are, so squib model's fine, loop test A, engine 2 loop A faults. There's 2 loops like on the 737, A and B to test it. There's the indications of what to do if the second engine is on fire, and then testing the second loop. We'll try the APU now as well because that wasn't working earlier. Everyone's delivery today, brilliant. So fault off, and there we are, APU fire, memory items, well it tells you what to do, and then loop B. So we've done the engine, APU and fire tests. Very cool, the eCam is really nicely modelled on this aircraft here. Electric indicator panel, select emergency
50,
and ESS.
40, 30, 20, 10.
Thank you very much to Mr. Swedish Motto for the 200 Norwegian
Good
krona.
evening everyone, hope you are all well and having a nice weekend so far. Couldn't ask for a better start to mine. Slightly smiling face, stay safe.
Thank you very much, Mr. Swedish Motto, for 200 Norwegian krona and a slightly smiling face. I'm glad you're getting the weekend off to a great start with a Fly Data Sim live stream. Thank you very much for your donation, buddy, and I hope you're doing very well. I hope you enjoyed this sector. Hangar Pilot, Moen did a truly epic job with this livery. All the guys that make my liveries do completely incredible epic jobs. I mean, look at it. It's such a wicked livery based off the original Flight Data Sim livery. All the Alpaca Airways and cargo liveries are super cool. Very, very happy with them. And I cannot thank all the guys enough for all the work they do here. Microsoft sounds a bit quivery today, is it, Joe? Yeah, sounds a bit off the ball. Slightly smiling face. I've warned her to behave herself, that's why. Electric emergency panel lighting, off. So yeah, we have an indication. It's like the AC/DC metering panel on the 737, so you can see the frequency in hertz. It's the 115 volts AC, standard power, DC voltage as well, AC load. I mean, I don't know how much A300 drivers use the AC/DC metering panel, but I've heard it's quite reliable on all the Airbuses anyway, so we won't touch that again. And we've got the engine panel ignition selector verify off at this stage. It is fuel panel, turn on all fuel pumps. There we are. They are all on. Cabin pressurization panel, we can then check manual pressure. Amber arrows extinguished, so that's this arrow. So we've got automatic pressurization system from system 1. Diff pressure is showing 0. It's actually slightly below 0. That's not good. It should be bang on 0. Cabin rate of climb is steady, and cabin altitude should be relative to the elevation. So the elevation here in Gdansk is around 500 feet or so. So yeah, that's showing about 500 feet. So that's all looking hunky-dory. Alex, how much does this flight sim cost? I don't know what X-Plane is at the moment, about $60 I think, might be a bit less than that, but it's a great sim. This aircraft though, it's about, I think it's about $80-90, but you pay for the quality. It's fantastic. But if you want a high quality aircraft like this, you sometimes have to invest a few pennies, but it is a fantastic add-on. So window heater can come on. Probe heat comes on at this stage in the A300 as well. Cargo compartment smoke detector all on. Do a loop test. Verify smoke lights, loop lights illuminated, and hot air supply overheat illuminates, which it has. Vent panel overhead. Valve flow bar is illuminated. That's this one. Equipment cooling then, if it's the same as it is on the 737, all the avionics generate quite a lot of heat, and it's basically sucked outboard or from the avionics bay into the cargo hold. It is on the 737 for the A300. I don't exactly know where it sends it, but it's the same principle here. It generates quite a lot of heat. 777, nice to see that you're flying to Luxembourg. Don't live far away from that wonderful airport. I may hear you when you come in for the approach. Keep up the good work. You'll be hearing us going upside down, flying with a mouse mode like most likely 777. That's what happened a couple of Airbus A300 streams ago. But thank you very much. First ever time going into Luxembourg, Jim Lee. I can't believe I've actually flown in here before, but it was great. The only reason I picked it was because I saw they were doing a VATSIM event today, which is really cool. What we got left to do then? Cond temp panel. I actually know what the cond stands for, but it says econ flow on. There we are. If pressure indication is normal, APU on, check the pack valve is closed, but it is closed because we haven't got the APU bleed on and the APU running at this stage. Pack temperature panel, check mode selector switches to auto. They are all in auto, as are the temperature controllers. Emergency exit lights we can arm. Air bleed panel, check the configuration. Yep, it's off at the moment, and the engine bleed will be on when we select the engines on anyway. So that's all set. EFIS control panel, there we are, pretty much done on the overhead panel for now. Stuart Egerton, the old CRT screens used to produce a lot of heat, I can imagine, yeah. I mean, even the 737, the pedestal, it gets very hot just from normal operation. At the end of the day, it's a lot of heat generated from all the avionics there from the iniBuilds base. They've got to get rid of that heat somehow. But I can imagine, yeah, the CRT screens generate quite a bit of heat. Right, so what are we doing here on the EFIS control panel? We set the PFD and ND brightness. I'm pretty happy with how it is. Looks like the IRS alignment's all complete, so we can pop the pitch trim and yaw damper switches on, which means it powers all the avionics down here. There we are. Decision height we set to -5 according to the manual. I've mentioned this every stream, I'll mention it again. The reason is apparently it stops some spurious EGPWS warnings on departure. I haven't got 100% clarification on that, but it's exactly what the manual says. Flight directors on and on nav, which they are, and we'll set the QNH at this stage. I'll just check to see if there's an ATIS here. There is. We've got a tower frequency as well, which is pretty cool. Gdansk ATIS is on line 129625, so that's a good way of actually checking that X-Pod is working and the frequencies. Let's grab some weather.
Observation at 1730, expect the arrival runway 29 ILS approach departures runway 29. Transition level 80. Wind calm. Visibility 7 kilometers. Few clouds at 900 feet, broken to 000 feet. Temperature 0. Dew point -1 QNH 1011 hectopascals. You have received information Alpha.
So information Alpha.
This is Gdansk Information Alpha. Observation at 1730, expect the arrival runway 29 ILS approach departures runway 29.
Perfect.
Transition level 80. Wind calm.
It's very cool. All these volume knobs look a link to the
Few clouds at 900.
radio. So cool that that works, but I'll detune the ATIS now anyway. So information Alpha, runway 29 in use, transition level 80, it's calm winds. 7,000 meters, few at 900, broken at 20,000, 0 degrees, so it isn't freezing. QNH is 1011, which will set now. That's indicating the elevation, 490 feet, and that's it. Lovely evening. Very cold, but no freezing or conditions because visibility is completely fine. Excuse me. So, what else have we got left to set on the flight control panel? The SID stop altitude, which there isn't actually one presented on our expected SID, which is the Dexia 2 hotel. So what I'll do, I'll put something random like, let's go for 8-1, and I'll put that there to remind me I haven't got my clearance. The runway heading is, I just realised I completely forgot to set all the charts up. Sorry about that. So, airport... stands, a bit of airport, and our SID. It's going to be a Dexia 2 hotel. There we are. So we're currently on stand, I think it's stand 3, just here. Stand 5. I can't remember which one we spawned onto now. We'll have a look shortly. Runway heading for 29 is 287, so we'll stick that in the heading bug now. Perfect. That's as much as we can set there. Andrews M says hello Captain, hello to you. Ivar Lumby says good evening. RS Turbo 50, why does the A300 have such a high angle of attack on its approach just like the A330? Good question, RS Turbo. I thought the attitude was quite similar to the 737. Was it pretty much on the horizon with full flaps? Not sure, but I thought it was quite close. I mean, all commercial jet airliners, the attitude for each phase is very similar. There's only a few degrees between the two, so I don't know why there's such a difference there. Perfect, so that's the flight control panel set. We've got the latest weather conditions. Check the RMI, PFD, ND altimeter. Make sure there's no bugs set. The maximum difference between the two altimeters is 50 feet. They're both exactly the same. IVSI is on 0. ADF RMI show no flags. We're not using an NDB for departure, but we will be using one on the approach into Luxembourg. Standby altimeter set. Slap flap lever again, verify up. Brake pressure gauge, check the accumulators in the green region, which it is. Pop brake pressure set. Water brake switches are extinguished. We'll set that whilst we're taxiing out in this aircraft. Reverser unlock lights are extinguished. They're here. It's quite difficult to see. Landing elevation set. So the elevation in Luxembourg is 1,234 feet. So we'll just stick in 1,200. Close enough. Landing gear warning, check the down arrows. We've got 1, 2, 3 green lights here and 1, 2, 3 green lights here. So we have a standby system too, and then check the annunciation here. Position test. So I think that just verifies your master caution system to remind you the landing gear is not down. Very useful. That's it. Brake fan as required. It's not required. Check it. takeoff config warning. It does say one engine at a time, but I can't do that at the moment because I don't have 2 thrust levers independently set. So we just verify we have flaps not in takeoff config and the parking brake on ECAM message, which it is. Same as the 7.3 essentially. ATC transponder, TCAS set, ADF's check tone on, rudder trim is set to 0, which it is. We'll put this to above for departure. Weather radar is off for now, but put the tilt to +5, and we'll have that on the turbine position. And now it's ready to load the FMS, so we'll just try, if we can, grab the clearance from Gdansk Tower. Frequency is 118.1.
Stand 2 Friday 312.
And just going to remind myself what stand we're on. Stand 4. I said 3 or 5, or actually on stand 4. Oh well. Gdansk Tower. Hello, it's Alpaca 9 at Charlie Golf, an Airbus A300 on stand 4. Information Alpha. QNH of 1011, departure clearance to Luxembourg, please.
Alpaca 9 at Charlie Golf. Nice tower, very good evening. Alpha, correct. To destination, taxi to hotel out of runway 29 at squawk 1000.
Clear destination, runway 29 and squawk 1000, Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf.
Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf, correct. Pre-break, Alpaca 9 at 1.
So squawk is 1000.
Request taxi, Alpaca 9 at 1 Bravo.
Alpaca 9 at 1 Bravo, taxi via Lima Alpha Charlie to hotel.
There we are, it's 1000 set. No mention of a SID stop altitude,
Via
so
Lima Alpha Charlie to rule
I'll
holding
clarify
from
that with
runway
him
29 Alpaca
prior
9
to
at 1
departure, but I'll stick in 80 now, something random. And he said runway 29 for departure as well. So,
Nice tower, dobry
that's
wieczór.
all set. Perfect. So that's done. We're now ready to load the FMS. Thank you all very much for your patience. This is a complex aircraft to set up. A lot going on, a lot of tests here, and the supplementary procedures are very in-depth in the A300. But yeah, I mean, look at the overhead panel. You can just see how much there is to do. So it does take around 15-20 minutes longer than usual. So for those of you who want to get going and airborne, please may I ask you to remain a little bit patient, but we'll be on our way ASAP. I like to do everything absolutely properly as by the book, so let's carry on doing that. So here is our operational flight plan. What we need to do is go to the init A page, verify all the information is in, which it is. We'll then go to the flight plan page. Here is Gdansk, and it'll be runway 29er, and we'll be flying a Dexia 2 hotel. So we're going to go here, SID, Dexia 2 hotel, runway 29er. Even though I didn't get the clearance on that SID, it just said runway 29er, squawk 1000, but that'll do. If he said runway heading, that even better. We can just keep the SID on the overlay. So there's the SID selected. No, it's not, because I forgot to press insert. Insert, there we go. From Dexia then, here comes our routing. So we go airway, Tango 671 to Agadir. From Agadir, it's going to be Lima 733 to Bodler. Then it's direct to Povel. Povel is direct to Varberg. Varberg, Upper November 580. Or 850, sorry. To Amatu. And from Amatu, Zulu 10 to Rudas. Oops.
Can we take Bravo?
So let's do that again. Amatu, Zulu 10, Rudas. Scrolling, there we are. From Rudas, it's going to be Zulu 656 to Olgil Tango 894 to Bitbu, and that's the arrival. So Luxembourg, today we're going to be expecting the Bitbu 1 Delta. ILS 24 in use with the forecast wind. And the little birdie told me is the decrease to Charlie transition. So we'll insert that. Let's just check for any discontinuities here. We need to go to plan. There we are. So just check for any discontinuities. So we're going to do BitPoo and then just get rid of the discontinuity, and the actual arrival takes us to Decrease, and then actually it's pretty much a 180 degree turn, and if it's quiet you'll go from BitPoo direct to this point here, but we'll brief all that later. And there's a BitPoo restriction anyway to put us on profile for a straight in. You've got to be level at 90, but we'll check all that later. But there's no discontinuities. That takes us all the way to Luxembourg. I think we can do a gross error check at least. So if we go to progress page, distance 591 miles to the destination, and this says 590. Look at that, 1 mile difference. I'm pretty confident we've got the flight plan route in here. A good Tim Cupcake says real pilot thinking emoji. Yes sir. I've been telling everyone I'm a pilot for 4 years. They still believe me. Would you not believe it? Let's go on with the rest of the setup here. So flight plans in, performance data we now need to complete. I'm just going to do init page B. So block fuel. Before we do this we need to have a look at how much fuel we need. So Luxembourg, snow forecast, busy VATSIM event. Let's not mess around today. I'm going to sort of simulate a tankering sector. So what a tankering sector is let's say at your point of departure the fuel is quite cheap compared to your destination if we're doing a 2-sector. So let's imagine Luxembourg, the fuel's quite expensive. I don't know if it is, but it'd be perhaps more beneficial to take additional fuel at your departure point. We don't work this out as pilots. It simply says on the flight plan, tankering, this is how much fuel we'd like you to take. And you've got to be quite careful with it, because the tankering fuel suggested might put you right at your max landing weight, because the system doesn't always recognise that. It'll limit it up to that point, but you might not want to be landing at your maximum landing weight if you're landing somewhere which is quite performance limiting. However, today we're 124.8 tons estimated landing weight, which is just 15 tons below the maximum. And what I'm going to do is take about an additional hour's worth of fuel, which will be enough then to deal with the event and also simulate a bit of a tankering sector. So if we whack on an extra 5 tons, this thing's burning around 4.9 tons an hour anyway, that's going to be 18.8. Let's call it 19 tons of cash. So we would ask our Polish fueler for 19 tons. Go here to load manager, 19 tons. And in the famous words of Tommy Cooper, just like that, there you go, 19 tons of fuel uplifted. Not many people know that one. We said we're going to take 30 tons of cargo today, so quite a lot. There we are. So around, what's that car capacity there? Yeah, more than, almost 2/3 full there, so we'll load that as well. You can see it hopefully all go down its gear. Press load payload and fuel just in case. It's computing all of our figures here. So 0 fuel weight, that's the weight of the aircraft, its crew, the cargo, everything minus the fuel is 118.8 tons. That's the important one when it comes to takeoff performance. And when I make my operational flight plans on SimBrief, I work backwards. I actually jump into the aircraft, calculate the 0 fuel weight, and I use that for planning. I don't actually use the passenger or cargo operator. That way, passenger or cargo numbers. That way you get a far more accurate flight plan. CG will need later for the performance, fuel on board 19 tons. So that's all set, and if we go here, we can verify on the ECAM, if we clear the status page, that we have the 19 tons on board, so that's all good. That means we can go down here now. 19 tons is the block. 0 fuel weight, 118.8 tons. And the CG position is 30% of the and there you go, that gives us all the information for the computer. It's saying we've got additional 59 minutes of fuel. There you are, so I took that extra hour. It already knows, based off your flight plan, your weights, that you should be getting there with 59 minutes additional fuel before you'd have to divert to your alternate. We need our alternate of 3 tons plus final reserve to divert, so 5.2 tons, but I think the actual operational flight plan says 5.7, so we'd actually divert to Schiphol with that amount of fuel unless we committed to Luxembourg. Sim 737 pilot, I do the same thing, calculate zero fuel weight first and manually enter into sim brief. That's exactly the way I do it. Sim 737 Pilot gives you the far better accurate flight plan, because you can actually match your estimated zero fuel weight. But in real life, you know, imagine if 50 passengers don't turn up, the estimated zero fuel weight often differs with the actual zero fuel weight. And we do a gross error check prior to closing the doors once we complete the performance to make sure we know why there's such a difference between the estimated zero fuel weight and the actual zero fuel weight of the aircraft. Smashing, that's that done. So what we've got left to do now is the performance. We're nearly there, guys, so send to takeoff performance here. So we are in Gdansk, which is Echo Papa Golf Delta, runway 29 for departure, and we can grab the ATIS. Tim Waters, Yuri the Juice as he is known in the boozer. Anthony said, Glenn's Binman's uncle, Yuri's on the refuelling line today. Smashing. So there's the win from the ATIS. 1601 is 0 degrees, QNH is 1011. I should think the runway... Actually, is there... Let me just check the METAR here. Can we actually grab the METAR, see what the runway condition is, if they've got a runway decoder. They do at the moment, so it says at the moment the runway condition right now in Gdansk, in real life, the runway's wet, less than 1mm thick, good braking action, so it is a wet runway here in real life. So what we'll do is put this to wet, and in that case we'd actually use engine and wing anti-ice for departure at my operator. Takeoff weight set. Let's see if we can take the standard config of trailing edge flaps up 15 degrees on the slats. Let's compute. I don't know if it'll be able to do that because it has such a long takeoff roll. It can't. No takeoff data available, so use flaps 15 and 15. There we are. Runway 29 then. Maximum takeoff weight for performance is 181 tons, but our takeoff weight is 137, so we're way below the performance required here. V1's 153, VR's 155, V2's 156 with a flex temperature of 42 degrees. Trim's 0.8 down. So let's set the trim first. 0.8 units down. That's set. V speed's 53, 55, 56, so let's send that to the FMS. There we are, 53, 55, V2 is 156, so we put that in manually. And my good friend Burak told me if I'm using profile for departure, I don't need to preset the next speed. I can just leave it blank, which is good. So 156 knots. And let me try and get this right. So acceleration height. This is the point I want the aircraft to actually accelerate. It's an NADP-1 departure here in Gdansk. They're quite noise sensitive, so I'd say 3480 is the acceleration height. That's the point at which I want the aircraft to bug up. And thrust reduction, I just say is 1500 feet, which is what we have in my airline, so 2000. Let's put 2000 feet. I think that's the right way around because I did this last time and I think I got the numbers wrong, but that makes sense to me. Acceleration height in profile, it'll start accelerating in profile mode at 3,480 feet. We'll get climb thrust at 2,000 feet, so that makes sense to me. Anyway, we'll see what happens on departure. Adam, take care, you've got to go. Have a great weekend, buddy. Thanks for popping anyway. David Wang says, I think I got that backwards, by the way. Oh dear. Raise to hell, what does 15/0 and 70% 15 mean? Well, the 15/0 is the flap slap position, so you'll see here the first notch of flaps gives you the trailing edge flaps at 0, the slats at 15, which didn't provide sufficient performance for us, so we're having to go flaps at 15 and slats at 15 to ensure sufficient departure performance. You said what, 17% of 15? Not sure what that 17% is referring to. The 15, not sure either. Flex temperature is 42 degrees though, which I forgot to set, but I don't know what you're referring to there, buddy. There we are. So it's like assumed thrust. You basically tell the engines outside air temperature is 42 degrees, give me rated thrust based off that temperature. Perfect. I think we're all good here. Trader Vic, just noticed I've hit the 24-month sub-tier. Woohoo! Congratulations! I see the alpaca with his little pilot hat on. Well done, Trader Vic. Thank you so much for 2 years as a member. That's fantastic. And I hope you're doing very well, my friend. I hope they update it now, because we need more. I've got loads of members who've been here for 2 years now. That's crazy, guys. Thank you all so much for all your membership, regardless of the time you've been here. But very, very cool that you got that alpaca next year. Tim Waters, of course, you had yours from the day you're the first to get it. One of the first there. Right, what have we got left to do before start checklist then? Cockpit preparations completed, signs are on, fuel quantity we've checked, 19 tons, navigation FMS is set, landing elevation set, altimeters cross check, start the APU. And whilst that's going on, let's pop on outside. We'll get all the doors and everything closed here. All this lighting from the flood lighting is quite realistic, it's quite nice. Oh, all the alpacas have gone. Am I one of the last out? Let's take some time to do the old setup of this bird. Mick Combo, can you use assumed temperature on a wet runway? Yes, there are some limitations to its use. Wet runway is not one of them. But things like strong crosswinds, technical defects would be another one as well. At my operator, if we've de-iced the aircraft, we have to take a higher thrust setting, at least 24k. Tim Fraser, of course, I'm not forgetting you either. You've been here for over 2 years too. Thank you all. Right, APU's up and running. It's accelerating still. And of course, because it's iniBuilds, they've covered everything. You've got a full ECAM display of all the AP power. It now says available. So there's available. That means we can disconnect the external power. Go to the flight ops menu. Go to the ground ops page, exits, close all, and ground services. We can get rid of the chocks, loader, also air stairs, external power, then chocks last, and we should be now all good. We can double check. If we go to doors, there we are. We've got a forward compartment door open. Oh! Did I press open all or close all? Jim! Close all. That's not going to be so good for us. There we are. You can even look in here. Look. Come on, Jim. Let's make sure the door's closed. Clunk, there we go, fantastic. Just to show you as well, if you get the aircraft, you can actually control the door here, it's all fully modelled. You can open it, choose the angle you want the door to be open, just as for the real A300. It's very, very cool. Right, get the APU bleed on.
Na kręgi do pasa 29 prawe, nie wyżej niż 1800 i skłok 7000 Sierra.
That's it, we just need to request push and start, guys. We're ready to go. Just before I do that though, I will brief the departure. I'm just going to connect it first. So we'll see where the pushback instructions will take us. We're on stand 5 here, be pushed back either to face east on Lima, go out via stand 31, or I'm most likely to face west and out via Lima, and then a left turn onto Alpha, and we're going to take full length for runway 29er. It's just a bit of a taxi to go down there via Alpha. Having completed this takeoff earlier on a test sector, I always try and do a test sector, I needed all the runway, so we'll definitely go via Alpha. And here's our SID. It's the Dexia 2 hotel. Transition altitude 6,500 feet. We're advised it was flying at late 0. It does say contact Gdansk approach immediately after departure. So we'll put that on standby. It's 127275.
Alright, looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
I've reset my views of the pedestal, instantly. So we'll just go here. There we are. So that frequency 127275. Guys, great news. I have my radio tuning panel from Logitech on its way. It just got dispatched today from Logitech, so I can finally have a radio tuning panel. It's going to make my life so much easier on VATSIM. I can't wait to get it. I might even do a review on it. But it's been something I've wanted for the last few months, but Logitech finally got it in stock. a few days ago, so I can't wait to check that out. Right, better pushbacks connecting. Let's have a little look at this SID. Contact departure immediately after takeoff, so we'll do that around 1,000 feet if we're not advised to do so already. Going to go straight ahead for 7 miles until we get to Golf Delta 511. Oh no, that's only on the VAPOS departure or Visit One Hotel. So in our case, we're doing the Dexia 2 hotel. So actually, we're going straight ahead to Golf Delta 541. So there it is, Golf Delta 541. Max 220 at or above 4,500 feet. 220 at or above 4,500 feet. Left turn 1972. Golf Delta 542. Golf Delta 542. At or above 7,000. Checks in the FMS. We can then accelerate and going to Golf Delta 543 and then to Dexia. So it's all coded correctly, looks good on the ND, and that's the SID. No other warnings or anything there. Just a nice simple departure, minimum climb gradients. You can see it's 7%, but look at that. If you're doing 200 knots, you've got to be doing at least 1,400 feet. We'll be doing around 3,500. Guys, thank you all very much for your patience. We'll now request push and start. 50 minutes. My goodness, it is a long setup. This beast. Gdansk Tower, Alpaca 9, Charlie Golf, stand 4, request push and start.
Alpaca 9, Charlie Golf, push and start,
push start approved, QNH 1011, Alpaca 9, Charlie Golf. Sorry, I said I was on stand 5 earlier.
West, of course.
Facing west, Alpaca 9, Charlie Golf. Perfect. Let's get the show on the road.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
Thanks.
Good evening, Alpaca 1 Alpha 6 on set 44, cresting Alpha cleared to Luxembourg.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Toes connected, bypass.
Perfect. So, beacon on. Transponder, we'll put to transponder, and that's it, release parking brake. On our way.
Here comes the pushback. Line them up.
Clear for takeoff, next contact, Gdansk approach 122. Dzięki bardzo i dobrej nocy, cześć, William Tutłanek.
Kennedy tug driver relocated to Gdansk.
Airbus, line up runway 29.
You can see that the sun's just rising in the sim now, so it's a really nice setting.
Alpaca 1 Alpha Victor, ready for clearance.
So, pushback flow, elapsed time would then start transponder set, ignition selected to A if you're the captain pilot flyer, there we are. And then start engine number 2 first until start number engine 2 first to ensure all brakes are available. Starting engine number 2.
Sierra Papa Foxtrot Lima Yankee,
So rate head 2 to 20%. Line them up. I know, Jonathan, I don't think that's standard phraseology, but it's good. It's good lol. N1.
Alfa Bravo do pasa 29 i numer 3 jesteśmy. Sierra Papa Foxtrot Lima Yankee.
There we are, 20%.
Alpaca 2 to Golf, send 1, because push and start.
Oops, I accidentally set the parking brake button.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Okay, I'll set the parking brake.
Yes, I can push
And with this
Lima.
give me just a moment.
Alpaca 2 to Golf, okay, okay. Face to the west, and it's 101. Start up. 101, Alpaca 2 Golf.
There she goes. Only one flight director on. Let's disconnect this first. Oh yes. Well, that's Jim, don't blame me. Looks like we've got stabilised engine, but make sure the available light. Not the available light, sorry, the blue open light extinguishers, which it has done. Looks like we've got a stable engine now. Start now engine number 1.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Thank you. Head 2.
50, 40,
Thank you very much to Matthew M. Oh, God, blimey, Matthew. Unbelievable.
This is far too manual for an Airbus. Where is the big green go button?
Oh, Matthew M, £50 bomb there. That's insane. Thank you very much, buddy. That's very generous of you. I want to say that. Thank you. Yes, I was questioning that when I first got the iniBuilds A300, Matthew. I was like, right, where's the on button? Just leave it. Take me to my destination. This is the most un-Airbusy Airbus you can possibly fly. Thank you very much, Matthew M, for your very generous donation there. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you. Perfect. We'll put the alerts off now, as we're coming into a critical phase of the stream. Not necessarily flight, but it just helps things run a little bit smoother there. So we're going to start a cutout. We can now start the engines. Sorry, to the after start flow. So ignition switch is off. My goodness, Matthew, that was very generous of you. Seriously, always go for when people come in with that. Ignition's off. AP bleed can come off. AP master switch can come to off. Anti-ice is required. Yes, we want engine and wing anti-ice on for departure. Speed brake arm. Rudder trim verifies 0. It is here. Slap flap set for takeoff, so remember it's going to be in position 2, which is that position 2 there? Yes, 15 for the flaps and 15 for the slats. So you can see them extend in here. Slats are at 15, there go the trailing edge flaps. Oh my goodness me, what have I done? What? Oh my god, can we please have a real pilot in chat, please? Oh no. Matthew, thank you very much for your generous donation. It threw me so much, I forgot to start an engine. So, what we've got to do if you forget to start an engine is say you're an absolute plonker, use the Are You a Real Pilot emoji in chat, but make sure you get the APU restarted first, because you're not going to be able to get the engine started, unless you do a cross-bleed start, of course, which I'm not 100% sure on how to do. And Matthew, thank you so much for your generosity.
Za startującym Boeingiem zajmujemy 20, będziemy oczekiwać Sierra Papa Fox.
I'm going to get a lot of stick for that in Discord, I feel it. Alpaca 9 and Charlie Golf. Sorry for the delay, you'll be ready for taxi in about 2 minutes.
Alpaca 9 and Charlie Golf, no worries.
Perfect. Right, APU's available. Bleed air is on. That's now providing pressurization for when we pack valve like we know about. Right, let's start again, guys. Open the start valve. Mr. Pie, crossbleed start whilst one engine taxi is just fuel saving. Yeah, Mr. Pie, you're quite right. What I was actually going to do, completely ignore me, I was actually planning to start engine number 1 whilst taxiing. I know certain operators do that. Yeah. But that's what happened. Oh, my Discord ping is going off. Thanks a lot, Vevsy. I just got your message in Discord. Unbelievable. At least I realised before I requested taxi. You mentioned single engine taxi, didn't you? Yes, James Muggs. There's no one behind me, is there? I am so sorry to my colleague. I am so sorry, really I am. Andy, I hope the mouse is ready. Qatar does it. Yeah, there you go. Oh, I'm so sorry for whoever that is. That's better. 2 edges better than 1, guys. Perfect, that's looking much better. Right, let's do that again. So, ignition is off. AP bleed off. APU off. Anti-ice is now on. Engine anti-ice as well. Speed brake is armed. Flaps are set for departure 15 trim as well. That's it, we can now request taxi. Oh dear, oh dear. My apologies to the colleague behind. It's an Airbus, says Gerald Roberts. Yeah, I thought it would start the other engine for me. Exactly.
Dobrze, poczekamy dosłownie 15 sekund i startujemy.
Alpaca 9 and Charlie Golf request taxi.
Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf Taxi Lima Alpha Charlie to holding point level 29.
Lima Alpha Charlie, 1 runway 29 at Alpaca 9 and Charlie Golf. So there's Lima Alpha, and then he said via Charlie, but I'm going to request full length when we get there, because we can't go via Alpha. Right, parking brakes released, clear left and clear right, and let's do a quick config check. There we are, no takeoff config warning. I'll turn the music off in the background, which was very quiet anyway, and I'll turn the volume up.
Alpaca 22 Golf, ready to taxi.
Oh, 22 Golf, I'm so sorry.
Alpaca 22 Golf, behind component traffic taxi Lima Alpha Charlie to holding point level 29.
2 engines overrated, thanks Paul.
Behind company traffic,
I'm going to get a lot of stick for that. I'm also going to get a comment from some young child.
Take the Bravo departure. Bravo intersections, sorry. Alpaca 22 Golf, intersection Bravo. Intersection Bravo, affirmative.
Be quite cool if they could get AviTab integration to this. That would be a nice neat trick.
Holding point runway 29 intersection Bravo, Alpaca 22 Golf.
And here is Alpha. You can see it's about 8,000 metres vis, looks really nice.
Number 3 Lima Mike.
Alpaca 1 Alpha Sector, request taxi contact.
Alpaca 1 Alpha stop taxi right Mike Alpha, Alpha to
Mike Alpha on the Alpha.
There we are, so we'll also request intersection via Alpha for departure. Alpaca 9 and Charlie Golf request full length for departure, please.
Alpaca 9 and Charlie Golf, no problem, continue Alpha Bravo to
Continue Alpha to holding point Bravo to Alpaca 9 and Charlie Golf. So we'll use Bravo then, or Alpha 2 via Bravo. Bravo's fine, that's the one I used earlier on the test. Charlie's just a little bit too short for us. Have you remembered to load the fuel? Just asking. Thanks, Paul Lally. Have we? No, I've actually once forgotten to take fuel on a 2-sector day in the Fly JSIM 737-200. I got to the whole point and realised. Now, thankfully, we were doing Corfu to Greece return offline, just a bit of fun on the 200. And we worked out that we should arrive with our final reserves in tank, but it was way below the minimum required. But the Fly JSIM's very accurate in the fact that it gets you to completely stop the aircraft basically and turn the engines off to refuel, which is quite realistic. Right, we'll do the before takeoff checklist now. It's a little bit dark in here, so I'm just going to pop the dome light on, which usually just does light up, especially here. He's going via Charlie on the Airbus. So before takeoff checklist of this aircraft. Brakes check, we've already done that, but there you go, brakes are working. Flight controls. So in the 737, actually someone recently commented on a video here saying on the 737, do you have to bring up a display when you're doing the flight control test? You don't, and actually my operator, we don't have the option for you to show the displays for the flight controls, but so long as you have full and free movement with no restrictions, that satisfies that test. But we'll bring up the ECAM anyway. So we'll do the elevators first. So elevator, full nose down, full nose up, and ailerons full left. And always with regards to ailerons, your control column points towards the upwinged ailerons. So if you're in a light aircraft as well, when you're pointing the control column towards the aileron, it should be pointing up. That's the best way to remember it. There's right. There's Bravo here as well, and rudders full right and full left. Make sure I'm actually paying attention. There is Bravo. Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf. Just say again, sorry.
9 Charlie Golf, number 2 for departure.
Roger. I wasn't sure if he said line up and wait, but number 2, that's fine. So that's the flight control check done. Auto brake was set to max. Speed brakes arm, transponder set, weather radar will turn on shortly, and that's it. I'll just do a kind of a self-brief, as I always like to do, a double check. It's just a way of practicing my operators before takeoff checklist as well, but it does cover all the... that's the wrong way there. That's it. So, air conditioning's all pressurised and set, and flaps are set for departure as well. We've got 15:15. We're going to be flying a Dexia 2 hotel, climbing straight ahead until we get to that waypoint, which is
Alpaca 9 traffic on behind, departing compact traffic.
541.
9 Bravo 29 behind.
Behind the departing traffic, line up and wait behind Alpaca 9 and Charlie Golf. So he's rolling, we're cleared to line up and wait. Yeah, so climbing straight ahead. I need to confirm the stop level with ATC as well. And
Alpaca 1 Alpha Victor.
that's it, cleared to line up and wait. Very, very busy here at the moment.
Alpaca 1 Alpha Victor, continue right
So landing
left,
lights can come on.
Alpha,
Strobes on.
full runway.
+5 at the tilt, weather radars on.
1 Alpha Victor is at
And profile. Now, so MCP is set. Transponder is TARA. Strobe lights are on, and we're just holding for our takeoff clearance. So yeah, maybe do that SID briefing again. It's rubbish. Climbing straight ahead until we get to Golf Delta 541, left turn Golf Delta 542, and we'll just confirm the stop level with ATC. Alpaca 9 and Charlie Golf. Was there a stop level for our departure?
Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf, flight level 080 in Charlie Golf.
Flight level 80, Alpaca 9 and Charlie Golf. Thank you. That's it. We're happy. We're ready to go.
Sierra Papa Foxtrot Lima Yankee. Panownie, czas oczekiwania na operację.
We've got automatic changeover frequency. We've already got that set. 127.
Zrozumiałem, oczekujemy na nowe
5. Yes, so yeah, the scenery is from Jovetsky. Actually, I got a pronunciation of it off Google Translate, just in case I struggle with this one. So if you want to have a look at this scenery, it's pronounced
Sovietsky.
I don't know if you heard that. Check it out online. It's a nice version of Gdansk. Very good, guys. Well, I'll turn the volume up here so you can enjoy the engine roar on this departure. Oh, Tim, I've just seen you donated, but the alerts are off. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Alpaca 9 and Charlie Golf, call Bravo
I'll get
9
to you.
for takeoff, airport contact, Gdansk, approach 127, have a nice evening, bye bye.
Runway 29, clear for takeoff. After departure, 127.275. Alpaca 90 and Charlie Golf. Thanks a lot for the ATC, sir. Bye-bye. Right, Toga's in chat. Guys are all on our way. So, takeoff clearance, standard thrust levers at the 40%.
We had departure traffic, line up and wait, runway 29, Alpaca to go behind.
Perfect, engine stabilised, push Toga. Set takeoff thrust. Alive. Amazing. Yeah, pretty much takeoff thrust set indications normal. 80 knots checked, release that forward pressure. So rudder to maintain centre line. Oh, clock, yes. Thanks, guys. V1, rotate. Change to 2.5 degrees per second, a little bit quick there, and we're airborne. Pulse rate climb gears coming up. For all you perfectionists out there, look there, oh dear. Run, the clock's on. And onto the flight directors and trim. Perfect, so ZATP1. Maintain this speed until we accelerate. Go over to departures now. There's climb thrust engaging. Is it wanting me to accelerate already? Yeah, it's getting me to accelerate a bit early. Well, we'll track the flaps anyway. We should be waiting until 3,000 feet, which I swear I'd set, but we'll have a look at that later. Gdansk approach, hello, it's Alpaca 9 a Charlie Golf on a Dexia 2 hotel passing 2,600 for flight level 80.
Alpaca 9 and Charlie Golf, Gdansk approach, good evening, identified, climb level 280.
Climb flight level 280, Alpaca 9 a Charlie Golf. So 280 and we'll select flaps up. And it's maintaining, remember, 220 knots, so that initial speed restriction by Golf Delta 541, so it is working.
Alpaca 9 and Charlie Golf, proceed direct to Woodland.
Proceed direct to Confirm the point, please.
Direct Bodla, Bravo Oscar Delta Lima Alpha.
Direct to Bodla, Alpaca 9 at Charlie Golf, thank you. So direct Bodla, insert, and it's in nav mode, so it's commanding that left turn. Hovel? No, I didn't know what. Uh-oh. I've taken a bit of an excessive shortcut there. Oh, I'm all over the place today. We'll do the after takeoff checklist. Yes, we are breaking the clouds. We'll sort that out in a second. Engine, wing anti-ice is off. Aviate, navigate, communicate, guys. So this counts as navigation. Oh dear, oh dear. V-speed's done. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. Thrust reduction as well. Broach has just messaged, it's in a straight line either way, so it'll be okay. I'll see if I can fix it, Christian, first. Let's see if I can fix it. Spoilers disarm. It makes for a very amusing stream. Spoilers disarm, lights set. You can turn off lights, it says. And the taxi lights as well. Ignition off, if not required, no longer is really off. Packs are on, APU's off, that's it. After takeoff checklist complete. Let me just fix these volumes here, guys, as it is very loud. Now, I've done this before in real life. This has actually happened. Data entry incorrect. We had a similar sounding waypoint like this, and we accidentally went to the wrong one. They said, you said confirm your routing, like you said this point. It was literally one word, one letter difference, or the pronunciation was the same. It was like, yeah, it's not the first time you've done that. So what we need to do, ATC very clearly knows about it. He's watching the stream because he's already messaged me. So I go here to charts. What I can do, there is Bodler, and we're actually going to Povel, which is absolutely miles away. So what? Oh no, it's not. Okay, it's literally right next to it. It was just okay. You can let me off. Look, Bodler, Povel. So it wasn't so much the pronunciation that was incorrect. It was a little bit of finger trouble. So we're going to go from Bodler to Povel.
Listen, that's William Mike. Contact for Savarina 132.7. Have a good. 132.7.
Bodler, Povel. Just as it. Oh, look at that. You can let me off. Look, it's literally. Look at this. It's a straight line. You can let me off, surely. Right.
Good evening, and time level 280.
Turn down ATC here. It's very loud because of the air noise. It's very realistic, to be fair. Let's turn that down a little bit. A little bit of music on. Just do the pre-cruise checks. Thanks for the donations coming in. I know it's all the alerts are off here and everything, but I'll catch back on all of them. I'll replay them. Tim and Alex NG, just give me 2 seconds, guys. Do the above 10,000 checks here. So altimeters set standard. What a mess. Landing lights retract. And it's amazing when you fly an aircraft you're not comfortable with or 100% proficient with. You can get behind the ball here. Yes, I'm running a stream here, but it's managing that workload. It's actually a very important point, this. Workload got very high for me. I'm trying to fly an unfamiliar aircraft. I made a mistake with ATC. I'm trying to react with chat. Just prioritise. Use the Aviate, Navigate, Communicate, Maxim. Very much chat's interaction should fall in the Communicate Maxim here. But that's capacity and dealing with workload. It's a real issue. It can be a real issue when dealing with non-normal situations for a multi-crew aircraft. So that's it. Seatbelt signs off. And there we are. We're now back in business now. So I've turned the sounds right down here because they're so loud. Engine wing anti-ice is off. Right, so firstly, Tim Fraser. Let me replay that one.
50. 40.
8 minutes ago,
30,
right on takeoff, worst possible time,
10,
Tim, but thanks to the £5.
Updating the Zibbo might miss the group flight tomorrow, faced with cold sweat. Hopefully the kids will go to bed soon and I can get it sorted. Thumbs up.
Oh, thank you very much for the donation for the £5 there, Tim. Make sure before you ever update the Zibbo mod you keep a copy of a stable, steady version, because sometimes there's one that comes out and breaks something else. So make sure that you always have a stable one there. I hope you get it sorted regardless as well. Thank you very much, Alex NG, for the £5 donation. pro streamer here. Look,
50,
repeat it.
40, 30,
Thanks for the $5.
20, 10.
Departure, good evening, Alpaca 1 Alpha Victor.
Hello, much love. Question if Subomod 737 said corrupt
Ah.
our data and I reinstall explain it. Zibo and still say corrupted. Now what do I do? Thanks.
Alex NG, thank you very much for $5 donation. So I'm guessing you've just recently updated to version 345, the stable version. There was a little issue with the Zibo mod where with the latest air rack it came up with a corrupted nav database. Now reinstalling Explain 11 was a little bit excessive, but the fix is quite simple. Just make sure you've got the latest version of the Zibo mod which fixes that, but it is a known issue at the moment. If you ever have a problem like that, Alex NG, check out the Explain Zibo forum and literally type in corrupted nav data. I'm sure you would have had an answer to that query there, but I had the same issue, and I hope you can get that fixed ASAP. But yes, just make sure you have the latest version of the Zibo mod. That wasn't for me, was it? Matthew Merchant's trying to help
50,
there, but it's come out
40,
in the chat.
30, 20, 10.
Thanks a lot, Steve Mayer, for the £5.
That's it, boss. I'm off to Llama Airlines for a real airline pilot.
Thanks.
Tears of joy, tears of joy.
Thanks, Microsoft Betty. Thank you very much, Steve Mayer, for the £5. Very generous donation. Yeah, not the greatest and smoothest of streams so far. I'm doing okay so far. I think we can take into account it's an Airbus A300. But what did I forget? It's wrong stand. I thought I was on stand 5, but I was actually on stand 4. I think the biggie is forgetting to start an engine, and on departure getting the wrong waypoint. All the qualities that Llama International Airlines look for in their pilots. Thank you very much, Steve. Hope you're doing well, and both Mrs. Mayer as well. Thank you very much, buddy. Brilliant. Guy Gador, this is not a 737. I guess you click the link which says Real 737 Captain Live, which does seem to upset some people. That is because I am a 737 captain, but I do stream occasional aircraft. And if you read the next bit, it does say iniBuilds Airbus A300 straight in, so that's what the link is. Perfect. So passing 20,000 feet, so let's check the pressurization, cabin altitudes. 132.7, Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf. We're now redirected to the correct waypoint. Thanks a lot for the ATC, bye bye.
Okay, perfect. Thanks for flying again.
Cheers. That was very good of him. Good man. What's good evening in Polish, guys? That would be a nice touch. So Sim's running 12 hours behind live time. The sun is rising, but as we are flying eastbound, the sun is rising behind us, so the sunrise is very slow. Cyprian says, traitor, I know. Jonathan Wiltshire hasn't fallen out of the sky yet. Small blessings. Dobry Jenna. Is it Dobry Vicia? Thanks guys.
Wizard 1540 Warszawa Raider, cześć, identified, cleared Solix for uniform regular runway 33 direct Solix.
We're getting quite busy in Luxembourg as well. Badge for Dobry Vicia, Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf, climbing flight level 280, inbound to Boulder.
Charlie Golf, good evening, Warszawa Raider, identified, continue climb flight level 340.
Climb flight level 340, Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf. That's our cruise level, guys, so 340 set, there's no else to check it. And that's it.
123.225, thank you.
Where is Gdansk in Greece? No, it's in Poland, Janine, right north of Poland. Trish and Glenn, airline captain's my dream job. Very good, sir. Work hard. I guess you're a younger chap, so work hard at school. And if you'd like to go into that career, there's plenty of guidance online. And if you can, go and get into simming. Not everyone gets into simming, but I did from a young age, and it's really what drove me to do what I'm doing. Fiona May is here. I'm very well, thank you. Fantastic. I hope you've been flying the the Blériot 11 that you won. Russ Gazy, skipper, is it easier to gain type ratings on different Airbus airframes due to similar automation than Boeing? Both airlines have similar type ratings, Russ, so the 757-767 is a common type rating. Pilot Mike, one of my moderators, a good friend of mine, I think he's rated on the 787, and I think there's a commonality between that and the 777, so I don't think you have to do a full type rating. But obviously, yeah, an Airbus A320 series covers you for all of them, and I think the conversion to the 330, 340 isn't much different, but I'd be guessing that. Cyprian St. Have you been to Gdansk, beautiful city? I haven't.
20,
I'd have flown to the airport and visited the city. Thank you very much to one of my members, new members as well, Kid Bear for the €10.
Dobry Captain, and thank you for another awesome stream, Grin.
Grin. Thanks a lot, Kid Bear, for the €10 for your continued support as a new member as well. I hope you're enjoying your time in Discord, and if you have any questions as well, and to all the members as well, don't forget to get up bright and early for the group flight tomorrow as well. And say thank you very much for your continued support, and for those of you who are into Assetto Corsa, I might jump on that tomorrow afternoon if you want to have a little bit of a race and a qualifying session again. DC Aviation, wing view or outside view? You're the boss. Let me just turn the noise down here slightly.
Ryanair 7111, welcome to session, taxi stand number 4. Taxi stand number 4 for Ryanair 7111.
One of the moderators, Moen. Maybe this beautiful... Oh, one of the moderators, sorry, one of the members. You have to earn moderation, Moen.
Contact Raider frequency 123, this one is 5.
Uh-oh, I think he called an alpaca.
What's the last call for package Charlie Tango?
That's Cat.
Alpaca Charlie Alpha Tango, contact
Oh my goodness, look on VATSIM, look at the conga line going between Gdansk and Luxembourg. Oh my. I feel really sorry for the Luxembourg controllers because they've organised this lovely group flight between Luxembourg and Geneva. There's a little conga line, but look at the line going into Luxembourg from the northeast. We're going to really increase their workload. DC Aviation, awesome livery, thank you very much. As I said, absolutely no input from myself. It's the wonderful members who spend their free time, supporting my little YouTube channel, my little community. I can't thank them enough. They do so much for me.
Climbing flight level 280.
Alpaca 1 Alpha Victor, Warsaw, Raider Heavyweight, notified, confirm 780.
Pit LP says hello from Luxembourg,
Flight
hello
level
to you.
280,
On
1
our
Alpha
way.
Victor.
Moen, I panicked, I had responsibility. Guy Gador says hello from Israel, good day to you. Actually, what I do have a query as well. I hope to get the Sim Toolkit Pro overlay again once or if an issue's been found, because ever since I got rid of the little overlay here with the flight information, I've not had any crashes, touch wood, but I do miss having an overlay. For those of you who just joined and want a rough idea of how far we are from my ETA, where we're going, I'd quite like to have that. So if anyone has any suggestions, drop me an email, message on social media on how to get that set up, because I know other streamers
50,
use them.
40,
I don't want to ask them how to
30,
do it.
20,
I'll see if
10.
I have to find a system where I can provide flight information. Thanks a lot, Peter Walsh, for the £5.
Good evening, Captain. Just found out today I am going to be a grandfather at
Aw.
a ripe old age of 56. Loving the stream. Keep up the quality entertainment.
Oh, well, Peter Walsh, thank you so much for the £5 donation. Everybody in chat, congratulations to Peter Walsh, who's going to be a grandfather. In fact, if you so wish, if we got the grandfather custom emoji, we can actually, or no, just the normal emoji, if you want to use a grandpa one, and send that to Peter Walsh. I'm sure he'll really appreciate that. Thank you very much for your support and donation, Peter, and congratulations to you, sir. Very, very cool. Here's a little wing view. Jonathan Daniel, hi Captain, flew on VATSIM Germany, controller was annoying me, so I flew a bomber and told him that he started, he faked and boned, he laughed his head off and made his day. Jonathan Daniel, outrageous. Dave. Welcome aboard Outlaw Gamer 81. Just joined as a member. Glad you joined the content, sir. You'll get invited to our members only Discord. Enjoy your custom emojis and chat as well. Thank you very much to all the members as well. If you are not in, I have to mention this every stream because I get so many emails. If you are a member and you are unable to gain access to our Discord, follow these instructions carefully. Go to Google, type in YouTube Discord synchronization. Click the top link, follow those steps. Make sure when you synchronize your Discord account, when you're logged into Discord, do not use the Discord browser. You do not use the Discord desktop app. Do not use the Discord mobile app. You have to be on the web browser version of Discord to complete that synchronization step. It's very annoying, but I'll be making a community post to all the members this evening anyway about the members group flight, but I'll remind everyone of those steps if you're a member, perhaps especially if you're a new member as well. So keep an eye on that, But thank you very much anyway to Outlaw Gamer 81.
Delta 3 Lima Mike, contact Drum and Radar frequency 1 to 3 decimal 225, thank you.
A little bit of Ortho 4XP there to enjoy. Mr. Pie, how about flying a 777 once for the real big 737 feeling? Unfortunately, X-Plane doesn't have an accurately modelled 777. The flight factor one, I'm only sticking to their 7.5, I think, and I don't have prepared, so I would love to try the PMDG for sure, but we'll have to see what comes either in X-Plane's way or Microsoft Flight Simulator's way. The BAE 146 from Just Flight's coming out soon, but I did read, rather sadly, that they've only got the default X-Plane 11 FMC, which is a bit of a pain, but I hope that they change it and make a custom one. Thank you very much to oh no, not Neckgator, you've bought a Neckgator. Thanks to the stream boss. I just called you Neckgator, but it doesn't actually come up with the name, but thank you very much to whoever that was who bought the Flight Data Sim Neckgator. This should keep me warm on my winter dog walks. Thank you very much. I'll call you Neckgator anyway. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear. Losing the plot today. There we are, look, we should be in the flight deck. So yeah, last 1,000 feet especially, I've been monitoring your instruments, making sure the aircraft level's off. But here we are, nicely at flight level 340. ETA, if we're not expecting any delay, we should be touching down. It is flight plan page, yes. Runway 24, it'll be 2004 Zulu, 2004 Zulu, so about an hour and 10 minutes from now, the length
50,
of this flight.
40, 30, 20, 10.
Thank you very much, Philip Messenger, for the 11 euro donation. Very kind, sir.
Happy New Year, Captain, meaning it more than ever.
Thank you.
Hi in Luxembourg is said moyen, and thank you is merci, like in French, just in case.
Ah.
Thanks for helping us simmers improve. Fly safe.
Well, thank you very much, Philip Messenger, for the 11 euro donation. So in Luxembourg, you say moin. Thank you to mercy, like in French. Very good. Hi. So when I check into Luxembourg later, I need to say moin. Okay, I've made a note. No doubt I will completely forget. But thank you very much, Philip Messenger, for your continued support. Very kind.
Alpaca 28 Mike, contact Bremen Radar frequency 1 to 3.225, thank you, Mike.
Superb.
Sorry, correction, sorry, can you repeat the frequency for Alpaca 28 Mike? 428 Mike,
Done that plenty of times, buddy, don't worry about that.
3.225.
So coming up to Bodler, 19 miles away. We'll do a fuel check there. We took an extra 5 tons of fuel.
Lufthansa 3 Lima Mike, do you want me over to Bremen Radar as well?
Yes, I send you the frequency 1 to 3.225.
So should we have Bodler 24 minutes? 24 minutes into the flight, we're 21 minutes, the flight time looks okay. check the exact fuel once we get directly overhead Bodler. Jim, how do we see the Conga line into Luxembourg? Jim Adshed. Go type in Google VATSIM map. There's loads of there, fantastic, I think, sort of them. You can download apps, but you can see a nice line of traffic between Gdansk and Luxembourg.
Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf, contact German radar frequency 123.225, thank you.
My goodness me. Confirm the frequency, Alpaca 9 at Charlie Golf. That was really fast.
9 Charlie Golf, frequency 123.225.
123.225, Alpaca 9 at Charlie Golf. Thank you, bye bye. Bremen, Gdansk, 9 at Charlie, Alpaca 9 at Charlie Golf, maintaining flight level 340 inbound to Bodler. Did I get the frequency right?
Alpaca 9 at Charlie Golf, trim radar, hello, identified.
There he is, perfect.
$50, $40, $30, $20.
Oh, thank you very much, Outlaw Game 81, my newest member to the channel. Thanks for the $5 as well.
I just got to explain 11 and MSFS 2020 and I don't know how to set it up.
Oh, Outlaw Gamer 81, well, thank you for your donation and becoming a member as well. Now, what we'll do, as soon as you get into Discord, we've got a whole host of people that will be able to help answer your questions. We'll get you set up running as soon as possible. Very simple to set up like you would most programs or PCs. You simply install it, follow the instructions. There's a lot of configuring you got to do. Perhaps I don't know if you've got a joystick. You might need. I really recommend getting a joystick. So I don't know what your background is there with regards to getting things set up if you're struggling a bit there, but we'll get you up and running regardless there. Thank you very much again for your support. Mr. Pye, what's the ETA for top of descent? Now, how do I work that out in this aircraft again? Let me just do this fuel check at Bodler because we're directly overhead here. So you can see I made that mistake. Instead of going from Bodler earlier, I went direct to Povel, but it is a straight line, look. It's only a few, 144 miles away. So, Bodler, 10 tons of fuel we should have at this point here. We've got 15.2, that makes sense. We took an extra 5 tons of fuel. We should have burned 3.9 tons. We burnt 1.87, 1.82. I wonder what the difference is. It's me forgetting to start engine number 1. Is that 3,800 kilos, 3,800. So the burn's bang on. Really, I think these guys, the iniBuilds team, have really got to a huge length to ensure that the fuel burn, the engine performance is matching the real aircraft. This aircraft has a lot of excess performance, and it's represented in the simulator. It's so good. Jason Dictor, how do you do fuel checks? How do fuel checks work when you're given a reroute mid-flight? Good question. Usually, what you do is wait until you're abeam your original waypoint. So yes, you might be 20-30 miles abeam of it, but once you're abeam it, the fuel check it's close enough. You know, you won't have actually done that much of additional distance when you're abeam. So that satisfies the fuel check there. Yeah, progress page for top of descent, is it? Sorry, yeah, there you go. 413 miles to destination, but where's top of descent? So it's not there. Just simply look here anyway. I think it's in the FMS. So 340. We're then at 41, and then at 43 we'll be at 298. So it's going to be around 41, 42. So 40 minutes from now. Got some traffic on the T-Castler. We're still above. I should have it in the normal position. We see him. Can't see that, the traffic. I know this doesn't. Well, I was lucky. Well, he's miles behind though. I kind of stopped doing this once because it did cause my X-plane to crash, but no, there's no one right next to us. Look, 28 Mike and 3 Lima Mike ahead of us. That's a gamble.
Bremen radar, mooring, Leipziger 25903.
Penelope, do you use the 4,002 metre runway in Luxembourg? Yes, I am not aware there's another runway there, Penelope, but we're using that primary 4,000 metre runway.
Leipziger 25903, radar, hallo.
Matet, you're starting a descent to St. Martin. Very cool. Aaron Borson, are there military planes in the sims, or has anyone made any? There are some available for X-Plane and Microsoft Flight Simulator. I think DCS is kind of market leader in accurate fighter jets. I think that, you know, one of their aircraft costs 50-60 quid, but they're very good. But there's all sorts available for X-Plane and Microsoft Flight Simulator. I've yet to fly any of them. J&J Yacht Revelry. Ships are known as she in English. Are planes the same? Yes, very much so. They're not really named. Of course, the original aircraft from the war are often given names.
With 221 Echo.
Trainer Vic, DCS is more than a sim, it's a lifestyle. I know some guys take that very seriously. I mean, they've got things like Harriers, which have been actually modelled. Maybe I'll stream it one day. I kind of like to stick to what I sort of know what I'm doing. Which, as you've seen the stream today, I haven't got a clue.
Santa 440 confirm inbound Delta Bravo 462.
Confirming inbound Delta Bravo 462.
Roger.
Yeah, so when we worked out where top of descent is, Mr. Pie, but I couldn't actually find where that information displays in the flight management computer. Boy, fun fact, the capital Luxembourg is called Luxembourg, and there's also a province in Belgium called Luxembourg. That province is right next to Luxembourg. Fascinating, boy.
Liner 6 Zulu Victor, contact Warschau radar on 125, decimal 4, correction 125, decimal 45.
So here we are, just north of Berlin. Started here in Gdansk. We're going to be carrying on southwest towards Kassel. They're all named in German, so it's quite difficult to point out here places, but there is Luxembourg. The city of Luxembourg in the country of Luxembourg, nestled in between Germany, France and Belgium. And the home of Cargo Lux. Marv, you just passed Szczecin. Very cool. I know exactly how to pronounce that. Yes. I've done a flight from Szczecin to Berlin on a couple of months ago on our group flight when my sim crashed. I just started off from a random place. JK Jets, where did you do your PPRs? I'm 13 hours in. And any advice? JK Jets, I did that close to where I'm from, which is in the east of the UK, an airstrip called Fenland, and crack on with that. You're 13 hours in, so you're probably coming. If you haven't gone solo already, you'll be going solo very soon. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't give you any other advice than what your instructor would be giving you. Crack on with that. And once you have that there, if you want to start commercial training, and perhaps hold off that for a couple of years. I don't know how old you are, what stage you're doing, or what your plan is, but yeah, crack on. That's it. Don't look at my tutorials. Yes, they're educational for your flight sim experience, but not to be used in real world flight training. Just for a good laugh, guys.
Liner 6 Zulu Victor on frequency.
So today in Luxembourg, let's have a look at the weather. So 1820 Zulu, 50 minutes ago now. Winds down the runway, 260 at 6 knots, 5,000 metres with light snow. View at 1600, broken at 1900. Temperature 0, QNH 1017. No significant remarks. So there's no runway state decoder there. Usually on a Metal they might give you that. Certainly on the ATIS, if reported, they give you a reported braking coefficient or braking action if it's been snowing. But the weather's good, visibility's okay. Fine for a Cat 1 ILS. Tobias, our Airbus average is minus 251 feet. Acceptable. That's not surprising. I'll see what I can do today for you, Tobias. The runway in Luxembourg is not flat either. It's very much sloped in real life, and that's depicted in the simulator as well, because I've got the Just Sim scenery, which I purchased ages ago, even though I've never flown into Luxembourg. I think I got it in the same. Control manipulation, I can't hear. What can't you hear, sir? Alex, I think you tried to use the command CAO, but that's ICAO. You need to put the ICAO airport there. Oh, my headphones are not plugged in. Okay.
Lufthansa 440, contact Bremen, radar 126, estimate 425.
Well, looks like we've got ATC for the entire sector.
998, contact Bremen, radar 126, estimate 425.
How many arrivals into Luxembourg? And, oh, it looks like there's some holding going on to the north near Munster and Dortmund. I don't know if that's because... Oh yeah, we could be having some holding today. Domino Mosini, you were cleared on the Bitbu 1 Delta arrival. That's the one we're expecting. Yeah, programmed in. It's pretty cool. Atlanta Bennett, this is so boring, he says. I'm so sorry to hear I'm not entertaining you enough.
128.75.
And may I also not recommend the career as an airline pilot? Someone commented on one of my videos. I'm half tempted to bring it up on the screen the other day. This is so boring. How can I become a pilot? Why would anyone want to be a pilot? And I just replied to him, well, I don't find it boring, find it quite enjoyable. And then he replied, but I'm a captain as well, I've been flying for 5,000 hours, it's so boring. I was like, okay. Definitely a time. IOIO, when will you fly on IVAO? I've been invited to go check that out. Nothing against IVAO at all. I'm just established on VATSIM and have the, I know how the network works, and for me to install all the clients or IVAO, which I know wouldn't be much work, but I use VATSIM, and I think VATSIM's slightly busier. So for me, I'm literally no favouritism. I literally just went, I'll use VATSIM instead of IVAO when I started going online, because I was invited in. Simon Lumins lived in Luxembourg for a few years. Nice place. Runway is fun. Flying out on the flight director on the A320. Is that what you're referring to? The captain saw the horror on my face as it looked like we were flying off the end of a runway. Okay.
Applica 25993, contact Warschauer radar 125, decimal 45.
It's so hot in this office. I need to open the office
Kontakt
door.
Warschauer radar 125, decimal 45. Danke, schönen Abend noch. Applica 25993.
Door in here is so hot, the PC is whirring away. Martin Skov, started watching your old tutorials, a pure treasure box of knowledge. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Martin Skov. Yeah, I mean, the channel, believe it or not, is now 4 years old. The first video I posted was out 4 years ago, and the old PMDG NGX on my laptop, which I'm looking at the chat with right now. Yeah, incredible, really. I don't know where that time's gone. Scary. I've really been thinking about doing some more tutorials. I'm literally off continuously now. We're in a full lockdown in the UK, for those of you who are outside the UK. I've got very, very few flights going. I've been rostered 3 flights in the last month, but they all were cancelled due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And they're sort of prioritising training. So I did send a query, and they said we're doing everything we can to share the flying out and stuff. That's just because of the cancellations and the coronavirus pandemic, there's very few flights to go around with the amount of pilots. So unfortunately, it looks like at least nothing for another. Well, so the next lockdown ends really, which in the UK, I don't know if they've penciled in it. It's definitely not January, is it? So yeah, I'm hopefully going to be. I'm thinking about doing some tutorials again, but I did when I made the original tutorials. I did pretty much cover the main things here. Mick Homburg, maybe the engine start the A300 tutorial. Hilarious, Mick Homburg. Nate, learning from you on V1 simulations for 737 A320 VATSIM knowledge. Very cool. Yeah, V1 simulations I'd certainly recommend TJ Airbus guy. IOI, you should try IVAO, it's really nice. The most important thing is that you could fly with me. Oh, CIO. Very cool. I don't know. I mean, IVAO very kindly offered me to use the network, but as I said, I use VATSIM, and there's no favoritism there. I've heard great things with IVAO, so it's literally, someone said try VATSIM, and I was like, okay. And there you go. So, let's have a look here. Inbound to Povel. Top of descent point is usually depicted on the ND somehow. I think it's just here by Tabham. It's 160 miles away. So I'm going to start setting up, I think now. Alex, you're having a nightmare here trying to find out what my commands are. Okay, so basically, Nightbot's set up to give you a METAR for any requested airport. So as vACC has perfectly demonstrated, what you need to do is put an exclamation mark METAR, then the 4-letter ICAO code for the airport you'd like to use. So yeah, there you go. G-Man Hamlop's perfectly used it to get the KLAS. I think that's Los Angeles, is it? I don't know. But Nate's getting it for K-Boy. There you are. Chat's helping you out, Alex. You'd like to use all the commands, but there you go. Right, anyway, let's crack on with the setup here. So, descent preparation I've got up. Let's grab the charts for Luxembourg. Just going to give myself a little bit of FPS here. So I've got 33 FPS, but I know if I go to plugin admin, turn off, got to be careful here, Symlink, which is not even using, it's costing me 2 FPS. An X checklist I'm not using. There you are, it's got me around 3 extra FPS by just doing that. I forgot to do that at the start of the stream. So Echo, Lima X-ray. Expecting a Bitbu 1 Delta. And then a decrease to Charlie transition. Definitely ILS 24 today. And here's the airport chart. And for the sake of realism, when we land, we'll request to park at the cargo apron. I think this is where Cargo Lux are based, so we'll request to park on the Papa 7 apron or Papa 10. We'll nick a Cargo Lux parking space. So it gets parking space.
Contact Bremen Radar 123.9025. Goodbye.
123.925. I'll pick a 9 Charlie Golf. Good day, sir.
Freezer 144 Bremen Radar. Freezer 144 request departure service for Bremen via November. Info Bravo.
This guy's covering a huge amount of airspace. There's a chance we've got something we need here. Yeah, so guys, I'd rather you didn't spam the commands here, Captain Control Manipulation and Alex. So basically, you put a 4-letter ICAO code in. So for example, we're flying into Luxembourg, Echo Lima X-ray. That's how you use that system. But don't spam it. Alex especially, you've been at it for a while here. Just calm down a little bit and you control manipulation.
Jet contour 32 Charlie, direct Woody.
Direct Woody, jet contour 32 Charlie.
Radar, hello, it's Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf, maintaining flight level 340 direct to Povel.
Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf, Lima radar, hello, identified.
Perfect. Right, let's get this setup done. So, descent preparation. Check your arrival and approaches program. So, starting here at Bitbu, we're going to be flying to Diekrich, and you'll notice that Luxembourg Airport is here to the north. Now, it's very busy, so I expect us perhaps to send us to Diekrich if they don't tell us to hold sooner. So first thing we need to do is put a restriction at Bitbu to be at or below flight level 90. The reason that restriction's there, it puts you in a position to accept a more direct approach without being too high, because the full arrival goes all the way to Diekrich, and then from Diekrich a 180-degree turn into the airport, which is unlikely if it's very quiet, so that 90 restriction puts you in a position where you can fly straight in. Let's go to the Bitbu here. So you can already see, look, it plans to have us at 120, which is going to be 3,000 feet above this restriction, but we've got to comply with the star. So we're going to put at or below flight level 90 here. That's set. We're then going to head off 90, head off on the Bitbu 1 Delta towards Diekrich, where we have to enter holding if we've not been cleared approach. It says here at Diekrich we need to be at or above flight level 70, max 250 knots. So we've got the 250 in there, but it doesn't have the 7,000 restriction, so we'll put 7,000 at or above. But we'll manipulate the speed, vertical speed, if we're expecting holding. There we are. So from Diekrich, we're going to be flying this transition, if we don't get vectors, to Lima X-ray 864 at above 4,000 feet. That's there. Perfect. We're then going to be going to Lima X-ray 242. Bring the plan here so you can actually see what's going on.
Alpaca Charlie Alpha Tango, I think is direct to Tabo. Direct to Tabo.
So there's Diekrich, Lima X-ray 64 as we said, then it's 242, max 220 knots at this point, so Lima X-ray 242. 220 knots, that restrictions programs. 148 till Lima X-ray 241, Lima X-ray 24... India, sorry, 24 India, at or above 3,000, 3,000 at or above, so that's perfectly set. And then it's to the final approach point, which is Lima X-ray 24 Foxtrot. What else does it discuss on this chart here? So we've got all the speed restrictions we discussed. Echoing radar vector shall reduce speed to max 250, crossing 25 miles away from Lux or below 10,000 feet. Expect ILS, NW or RMP approach after Lima X-ray 24 Foxtrot. GNSS required. That's it. Onto the ILS then. Remember, we're coming in via Lima X-ray 24 Foxtrot, which is actually coded here. There's 24 India. Ah, sorry, there it is. Lima X-ray 24 Foxtrot. And if you have a look at this point, it's actually very close to final approach look. It's based off India Lima Whiskey. You can see India Lima Whiskey's 5.6 DME, so that point there is very close to the runway. Bear in mind the elevation here is quite high, 1,200 feet. So we're going to insert the ILS, mandatory to be at 3,000 feet at this point at Lima X-ray 24 Foxtrot, and at 3,000 feet, look at that, only 5.6 miles away because of the elevation. So at 3,000 set, 180 is going to be too fast there. Bring the speed back to 160.
UPS 2 Kilo
Alpha,
Alpha,
file down a little bit there.
121.375, bye bye.
So that's the routing. Let's get the ILS tuned. 110.7.
FedEx 457, when able, direct Delta Bravo.
ILS is down here, so 110.7, it's already active. Final approach course is 238, so you can push that to flick it 180. And 238 is set.
Very good evening, Alpaca to go, flat level.
Minimums. A Cat D aircraft in the A300, someone told me last stream, so look at that, it's a foot difference, 14, 14, 14, 30. That's a regulatory thing, makes absolutely zero difference. But you have to set it, so 201 feet. Let's put 205. RVR required of all the lighting, 550 metres. 14 feet on the altimeter. So MDA, I'll put that as 14, 14 feet, even though it's a DA. And
Charlie Alpha Tango, contact
speeds will
radar on
set,
133,
we'll update that later, expecting a V approach of 143, or probably fly 148 with full flaps.
Shuttle 3246, contact
Let's look at
radar
the rest of the approach. Crossing an NDB, Lima Echo, just after the threshold at 0.7 DME, so 318.
Thanks for the good ATC. Shuttle 7246.
That's active. The missed approach is also based off the Luxembourg NDB as well, the Whiskey Lima uniform, so put 34 active. 346 active on the second ADF. And that just means we'll have needles pointing towards the beacons on the RMI. And you can see they're swinging, so well out of range at the moment to pick up the NDBs. But if we do have to go around, climb the 3,000 feet to the NDB, Whiskey Lima uniform. There it is, Whiskey Lima uniform, and then it's a right turn back to the decreased VOR to hold. Initial climb is 3,000 feet, and then we're inbound to the VOR, we can climb to 4,000 feet. Minimum missed approach climb gradient is 2.7%, so it's a little bit steeper than the standard 2.5 we'd be using. And that's, in the event of an engine failure, you need to ensure that at minimums you can still go around single engine on the published missed approach. And that's where you check the missed approach climb gradient, but the performance calculations take that into account that we use every day. Nice little note here, and it's true in the sim as well. Radio drop, a rapid drop of radio altimeter between 0.8 and 0.5 from runway 24 due to steeply rising terrain. Expects ground proximity warning. Surface land is not authorised this runway. So you'll see this because there's a hill coming up here. It can actually trigger an EGPWS caution, because one of the things that it looks into is the closure rate on the radio altimeter. So if it starts closing very quickly, it'll start giving you terrain cautions here. Yeah, so Alex, you got timed out there because you just, if you're continuously just trying to find some random stuff there, you're gonna fill up chat with just nonsense. Mick Holmberg, you seem to be more relaxed at the A300 now. Let's get on the ground first, Mick. So that's the approach. Hope that made sense, guys. Runway then, whopping 4,000 meters long. Landing beyond the threshold, there's no information here, but yeah, you can say 3,700 meters with the glide slope. Going to plan to vacate at Delta 2, that's the first high speed. And testing it earlier, I'm going to use the full landing flap setting of 30, flaps in 40. Order brake to medium, which is just here. Oops, I need to put gear 2 off first. There we are. Order brake to medium, Delta 2, vacate, then taxi on taxiway Alpha to the cargo apron. So that's it, really. I'll request one of the stands here. So that's the briefing complete. We still have a good 80 miles till top of descent. So looking good. Andy M71 evening all in from work just in time for an approach briefing. We just finished Andy M71. Not the best time, but at least you get to see the approach. Coming up to the Varberg VOR. Just realised the weather radar tilt's still at 6 degrees. Actually, is that modelled yet? Way to find out, stick it all the way on the ground. -3, we should get a ground return around 60-80 miles with that. So like the newer Airbuses, I think the VOR's automatically tuned to the most applicable VOR, so it looks like that's the DME distance from Varberg, but I still haven't worked out how to ident the VORs correctly, because I turned this on, but I don't actually know how to turn on the receiver for it, because you've only got VHF 123 HF intercom PA, so I actually don't know how to listen to the ident for VORs here. Mr. Pye, thank you for trying to help Andy M71, but he's a long-term member of this channel. He's well aware of how to work YouTube.
With 3719, when ready, descent flight level 80 to reach
Simon Lumens, Alpaca Logistics here. We have all the Euro trucks ready for you on the Cargo Lux apron. Fantastic, Simon Lumens. Guys, if you are not aware, I do have a second YouTube channel called Flight Deck to Sim Gaming, where you get to see an airline captain who's furloughed play some very popular games. And most recently, we've just started Euro Truck Simulator. We've done 2 streams. First stream, I had quite enough funds to get myself my first truck. I bought myself a Volvo. Mark Smith, one of my members, very kindly made me an Alpaca Logistics livery. And on the second stream, we did our first few jobs. And then, because we ran out of time and couldn't get back to London, I tried to get back to London as soon as possible. I'll be very soon, no doubt, jumping back into Euro Truck Simulator to continue Alpaca Logistics haulage conquest.
Alpaca 28 Mike, descent rate.
Isa Diallo, ETA. Runway 24 at 8:04 Zulu with no delay. So it's in 35 minutes, but I anticipate some holding looking at the VATSIM map.
Scandinavian 5542, contact Copenhagen 121375, bye bye.
121375.
Scanwing 36 Mike, no further ATC ahead.
So loud, this aircraft. I love it though. The fact they give you that. The fact they give you the volume so loud, you can then just control it directly through the sim.
FedEx 457, contact Bremen on 123225, bye bye.
Scania trucks are the best. I was taught to get a Volvo. We might get everyone's saying Scania though for the second. So there's the Varberg VOR.
Fleming 270 inbound approach.
Oh, with a slant range, 5 miles, you'll see the needles start turning.
Direct to the kilometer.
Alpaca 28 Mike, contact Rhine radar on
mid-combat, there should be a RadNav button on the MCDU. You can tune an ident automatically or manually. I know you can do this, so you can use this to tune VORs manually, so you put that to VOR and then you can tune it here. Oops. Just confirm the cleared level, Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf.
Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf, cleared level is 310.
Send flight level 310, good rate, Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf. I can't remember what he said feet wise, but they're 310. He wants us out of here for whatever reason, so we're going to use vertical speed. I think he said 1500 feet, so we'll give him that. And we'll update our cruise level on the init page, 310. There we are, FMS knows we're at 31,000 feet, so it's not quite top of descent yet, it's just ATC needs us a little bit lower for whatever reason. Go in the progress page in the MCDU, and at the bottom you can check the hard tune VRs. Ah, okay, very cool. So can you actually use that to ident? You don't need to. How do you listen to the Morse code? That's cool. I didn't know that you can actually look at the active frequency there. I guess I can change that manually, and then it'll tune. I guess there might not be a voice ident. I don't know.
Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf, connect Rhine radar 133655. Bye bye.
133.65 Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf. Wiedersehen.
Alpaca 2.
Perfect. Just missed his first call there. Ryan Goodnarb to Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf, descending flight level 310, inbound to Ranax.
Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf, Rhine radar, hello, identified.
Perfect. Thanks a lot to Simon and Mick Holmberg about how to find the information. It was cool, I didn't know. So approaching flight level 310, just turn the lighting up slightly. Just make sure the aircraft level's off, there it is. We should be able to go back to profile. There we are, and we can fly the most economical Mach number for that speed. Level. Kurosh's mysterious Airbus tech, yes. Simon Toba, I don't know if iniBuilds modelled the Morse code. Normally you can check it in the audio control panel below the radio panel. I mean, there's no option here to oh, look here. Ah, yeah, so you can turn it up, but I can't hear Morse. should be an ident. So I don't know. I'm guessing it might not be modelled, but I don't. I don't exactly know how this works. Whether in the real aircraft you can push that in to then listen, I don't know. Dominic, you'll see some quite early descents here as the airspace structure over Frankfurt is somewhat complex. Yes, Dominic, I've flown into Frankfurt and around this region quite a few times. Step descent's very common in a lot of mainland Europe destinations just because of the sheer amount of traffic. Louis Barton in the 737, I notice you always do the before taxi flow after pin is shown. Is this SOP or company specific? Can you do it whilst pushback is disconnecting? Good question, Louis. Yeah, this is an SOP variant from my operator, so we have to wait until we've seen the bypass pin until we commence the before taxi flow, because the threat is here. If you are so busy, and it sounds silly, but this could possibly happen. You imagine if you crack on with the before taxi flow, request taxi, he might still be there with his headset plugged in, and it has happened before, guys. So we have to make sure ground crew are clear. They've disconnected the headset. They're showing us the bypass pin. The tug and tow bar's clear. Because you don't want to start taxiing with anything attached to the aircraft, be it a pin, a tow bar, a tug, or a person. So yes, that's one of the main reasons for delaying that before. Where are we going? Why are we going left? We should be going right. A little bit of a glitch there. So yeah, that's the main reason for delaying that before taxi flow. Now in a simulator, you can get away with that, obviously. Real life. Descent flight level 290, Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf. 2906. Now I wonder how you can actually update it. If I push profile, what does that do? Oh, retard. Has that actually gone into descent mode?
Thank you and have a nice weekend.
Let's do vertical speed, I'll do that. It's probably a more efficient way of doing this.
124.475, Lufthansa 3 Lima Mike, good day, sir.
Very good. American Fleet 747, where do you get the charts for Avitab? They're Navigraph charts.
Correction, time 79 Whiskey Bravo, Rhine Radar, hello, identified.
So I've accidentally, by pushing profile mode, I put it in descent mode because I'm now getting a vertical deviation from the flight level. So it's saying we're 1,000 feet above 290 because we have still got a level segment for a short while. I actually don't have a top of descent point now, so hopefully when we get to 290 I'll have a fiddle, see if we can update it to tell it we're actually still in the cruise. Passing 30,000 feet though. James MP taxiing with ground personnel still attached to the aircraft is something you know well. I've never done that, James MP, but I have left the door open with the... No, we've pushed back with the door and the air stairs open onto the street. I have tried to taxi on engine today. Actually, cool. How long is the flight? From the start, hour 40 or half an hour away now? Yeah, I've just noticed it. Oh, actually, to be fair, it is a slight left turn here to tow back. I'll let them off. Now, so that's actually put us back on profile because profile wants us level at 290. Oh, it looks like it might have just flicked back into cruise. Do I have a little descent point? I do, there's a new descent point, so you probably have to wait until you get to that level. But 290 top of descent, just have to tap them in about 30 miles.
Alpaca 28 Mike, contact Guy, correction, contact Langradar 124475, bye-bye.
Tobias, taking the alpaca tug with you to the destination would be something new. I haven't done that yet, that is true. Matthew Connolly, can you do a flip for us daredevils? Matthew, just look at, type in YouTube iniBuilds Airbus A300 belly landing. It'll be all the flips and rolls you'll ever need in a live stream. All of them done completely not on purpose. It was all a few technical issues with the sim.
366, contact Rhine Radar 132.4, bye-bye.
Yes, as Kurosh has suggested. Romulo, are you enjoying the Airbus lately? This one in particular, yeah, the iniBuilds A300. I'm really enjoying flying.
Alpaca 9 at Charlie Golf, descent flight level 250 at 1,500 feet per minute or greater.
Descent flight level 250, 1500 feet per minute or greater. Alpaca 9 at Charlie Golf. 250 set. Give him what he wants. He wants 1500 or greater. I don't want to descend at all, so I'll give him 1500 feet. There you go. A little bit aggressive pitching down there. It was very quick to 1500 feet. You definitely feel that in your straps. Rory Heap, do you think you're getting used to the A300 yet? Yes. Out of all the other aircraft I fly that's not a 737 in X-Plane 11 at the moment, this is the one I'm most comfortable with now. I've flown it, I think it's the 5th time I've streamed in this aircraft. I've got a sort of affection for it. I don't know, it's just... It's so not an Airbus. That's the reason, Rory. The Airbus is all modern, computer-driven, different
Charlie Golf, contact
logic.
Radar 124.475, bye-bye.
124.475 up at 9 at Charlie Golf. Bye. Yeah, this aircraft has so much in common to the Boeing of the generation. It's very easy for me to sort of fly it.
After Bitboo, direct Delta India Kilo. Or shuttle 3246.
Radar, good evening. Alpaca 9 at Charlie Golf, descending flight level 250, inbound to Tabor, 1500 feet per minute or greater.
Alpaca 9 at Charlie Golf, Langen, hello, identify descent level 240, clear to Bitboo 1 Delta arrival.
Descent flight level 240 and the Bitboo 1 Delta, Alpaca 9 at Charlie Golf. Very good.
Alpaca Charlie Alpha Tango, contact Luxembourg approach 120.87.
We'll keep the rate, 1500 feet per minute or greater. He hasn't advised us anything different.
Lufthansa 3, Lima Mike, descent flight level 90, level at Bitboo.
Descend flight level 90, level
Lewis, you're flying cargo at the very the passengers won't feel anything. Oh yes, well, all the stowaways.
Langhallo, Hotel Bar Victor Yankee, level 100, climbing 130. 6% air for Victor.
Hotel Bravo, Victor Oscar Yankee.
There we are, we're still quite far away from Bitboo, but we've been cleared on the arrival when we get there.
Climbing level 160, Hotel Oscar Yankee.
So again, I'll update the cruise level to flight level 240 because we're getting these step descents.
Alpaca 28, Mike speed 280.
There's one to go. Bastards Games, hi, glad to catch your stream, hope you're doing well. I've got a question, when going for your type rating, is it your choice of what you want to fly? Do they encourage what you should go for? You'll be assigned a fleet from the operations management, which could be based off several reasons, most likely one being, where do they need crew availability, so you don't get much choice. If you're very lucky if they give you the choice, that's for sure, if the airline has multiple fleets. There's 240. She's levelling off. And again, we'll update the cruise level to 240 because we're still very low on the profile. And this is very common. If we get step descents at arrivals here, and we still look 15 miles away from the point we want to start descending from flight level 240. And I should think the profile mode, which is a very basic version of VNAV, it'll be predicting that to make that restriction, if you remember, on the arrival. 90 or below at Bitboo. Go back to profile here.
No shuttle 3246.
Domino Mosina, total carnage at Luxembourg. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of holding going on here in Luxembourg. Oh, I wonder if I could just nip to the toilet then, because it's gonna get so busy. Oh, just approaching 10%. Oh no, I'm glad to break all stream. I've been here for 2 hours.
Direct Asphalt,
I wonder if you could just let me go very quickly. And Radar Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf, is just going to nip away for 1 minute from the cockpit.
Yes, that's fine with me.
be very quick. I'll call you back. Thank you, guys. I'll be literally 1 minute because it could be a bit of holding here today. Thanks.
Alpaca 28, Mike speed 260, descent flight level 90, level at Bitfu.
Speed 260 and descent flight level 90 level by Bitfu. Very good evening, Alpaca to the Gulf, descending to flight level 250.
Alpaca 2 to Golf Langen, identify descent level 240.
Flight level 240 to the Gulf.
Air France 21 Golf, contact Rhein 132.775.
132.775.
Oh, that's better. Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf, we're back. Thanks a lot for that.
Lufthansa 3 Lima Mike, direct Bitfu.
Whatever.
Direct Bitfu, Lufthansa 3
Where's the statement though? Oh, it's such a short break.
Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf, descent flight level 200, speed 250.
Descent flight level 200, speed 250, not Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf. So we just ended up a slightly high on profile there. It's just past top of descent. So what I'm going to do is use level change. That way we can directly control our speed. I can certainly anticipate holding, looking at the VATSIM map here as well. So 200 set, so I'm not going to be so worried about the vertical deviation now. But yes, it looks like there could be quite a delay here in Luxembourg, and I don't really fancy having my legs crossed in the hold, waiting to get in here. Sim 737, but did you wash your hands? I knew someone would ask that. Yes, I washed my hands. See if we can get any weather in Luxembourg on. God, there's so much ATC this evening.
Alpaca 28 Mike, speed 250.
Wow. Oh, there's so many airports. ATC 13475.
Lufthansa 3 Lima Mike, speed 270.
Contact. 270, Lufthansa 3 Lima Mike. Luxembourg information, Foxtrot. 1920, expect vectoring
Alpaca 28 Mike, turn right heading
runway
300.
24 for arrival land. Departure runway surface condition clear and dry. Transition level 50. Wind 270 degrees 6 knots. Visibility 5 kilometers, weather light snow clouds
Alpaca
scattered
2 to
at
Golf,
700,
descent flight level 90, level at Bitbu, clear to
Temperature 0.
Bitbu, 1 Delta
Dew
arrival.
point -1 QNH 1017. QFE 975.
I think that might have been for me. That's why it's so.
Say again, please. On first contact.
Descent level 90, level at Bitbu.
We'll just detune that. There we are.
Flight level 90.
So it was information Foxtrot in Luxembourg.
Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf, descent level 90, level at Bitbu.
Descent flight level 90 level at Bitbu, Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf. So 90 checked. He wants us level at the restriction at Bitbu. So that's a complied arrival with 3,000 feet high. So what I'm going to have to do is bring the speed brake out. We are, remember, have to respect 250 knots as well, because we're on a speed control as well. So there we go. 124 likes to get a 500. Yes, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button, guys, if you enjoy watching a real 737 captain fly the iniBuilds Airbus A300 on a very busy VATSIM event. Thanks, guys. Every like counts. Nikki Bell, the plane is banking quite in the opposite direction sometimes when approaching a waypoint. Yeah, I noticed that, Nikki Bell. It seems to be going initially slightly in the wrong direction before making a correction there. Right, profile's going back up. Look, we've got speed brake out with 250 knots. That's going to help with the rate of descent here. Where was the alternate Kurosh? It was in Amsterdam, Schiphol. And Tim, when you get a chance, Q8 Pilot's an excellent video on setting up GFX settings. If you want to go to anyone regarding how to set up your sim properly, can I please recommend Q8 Pilot? He is the go-to guy when it comes to sim setups, reviews. Excellent YouTube channel. Really, really good. He's often in here. He's very kindly doing it for ridiculous amounts of money. He's a very, very nice guy. I've spoken to him personally.
120875, Lufthansa 3, Lima Mike, good day.
1400 feet high now, so that 250 knot restriction is working out quite nicely for us. In fact, you can see this little blue arrow. That represents the point at which the
Hotel Bravo Victor Oscar Yankee descent level 90.
aircraft predicts to be at flight level 90 based off your present rate of descent. It's sort of like the green banana you get in the 737. So you can see it was already going to be before BitBoo, but the idea is I'll get back onto the profile, select profile mode, let that deal with it. 900 feet.
Luxembourg approach 120.875.
Speed 240 and approach on 120.875. I'll look at it, Mike.
So we can expect the same. What's our call sign, Devon? We are Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf. Seatbelt signs on for our cargo aircraft. But to be fair, there are some seats. I've done a single cargo tour. So if anyone was sat here in the jump seats, at least they'll be told to sit down. Make sure that all the cargo is where it needs to be. Yes, it is. Alpaca cargo chicken still locked in place. What was the name of the guy with the sim setups? Q8 Pilot. Like this. Go check his channel out. Really good. For sim
Lange
reviews.
radar, guten Abend, Alpaca 1 Alpha Victor, inbound Gdansk, descending flight level 2 flight 0.
Alpaca 1 Alpha Victor.
Now we are back on profile, so let's stow the speed brake. I'm going to give it a level change for now, just to get our blue arrow
Flight level
on
240,
BitBoo. Keep an eye on it.
with 1 Delta arrival, Alpaca 1 Alpha Victor.
Lufthansa 550 Langen, hello.
So remember the sim is running 12 hours behind live time, but live weather is on. The time here is 7:50, it is 1950 Zulu. I like doing it minus 12, so the clock is sort of right. It's just a 12-hour clock. Gwyn Jones, what's the weather like in Luxembourg? Not too bad at all. Oops, no, that's Gdansk. So 1920, half an hour ago, 5,000 metres, light snow around, but runway conditions, they said, is clear, dry. It's at 0 degrees. There we are, look, there's our blue arrow, right on BitBoo at flight level 90, so I'll just keep it going down at 250 knots, that's what the speed restriction in level change.
Hotel Bravo Victor Oscar Yankee, contact Luxembourg approach 120.875.
120.87 Hotel Oscar Yankee, danke, ciao.
Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf, contact Luxembourg approach 120.875.
120.875, Alpaca 9 Charlie, Golf XCATC, bye.
Swiss 6969, turn right heading 030 degrees.
Sounds busy.
Approach agent 629 at flight level 140, requesting further climb.
Clouds look really good in X-Plane today. Hold on, was that someone talking on box?
Hagen 629, report your current position.
OB inbound Bengal, Bravo Echo Golf Alpha Romeo.
Stand by.
Uh-oh, poor approach controller. It's going to get hammered. Loads of alpacas coming in. Let's make sure he's not flying to anyone before we check in. But there we are, inbound to BitBoo now.
KLM 788,
turn left heading
110 degrees.
Slightly below the profile, but I'd rather be definitely making that restriction.
Maximum approach, hello, Hotel Bar Victor Oscar Yankee, 8 is Fox, 110 descending 90, passing BTEX.
Thank you very much to Andrew James, just rejoined us. Remember, welcome back on board, buddy. Glad you're here and enjoy your customizing chat and get you back to Disco ASAP.
Heading level 80, expecting vectors to fast, Yankee.
Approach, hello, Alpaca 72, outside Fox Down, 5,000 feet, maintaining heading 340.
If you're calling squawk mode Charlie.
Approach low, Alpaca 28, Mike, flight level 110.
Stand by, Big Swiss 69.
Guys, so busy. I've not even been able to check in here, guys.
Please over QNH 1019.
It's okay, we can carry on towards Dietrich and we'll enter the hold if we don't get a chance to talk to him. So we've got 1 to go.
Looks full Papa Mike, looks to approach. Hello sir. Better contact 4,000 feet, climb flight level 160.
Approach hello, Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf, descending flight level 90, inbound bit boop.
Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf, looks to approach. Hello sir, turn right heading 270 degrees.
Riding 270 degrees, Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf. So we're already on a vector.
Alpaca 28 Mike, looks to approach.
Alpaca 28 Mike.
So usually what I should do is tell him the ATIS information. I'm doing him a little bit of a favour just by cutting out that, because yeah, in real life you'd be able to do that, but he's on a busy VATSIM event here. So this heading's taking us away from the approach here. We're at flight level 90. He knows we checked in.
Requesting further climb.
Let's now do the
Fox 4, stand by.
post-cruiser checks here. So fuel, I just want to check we've got sufficient loads, 11.4 tons, we've got about an hour extra. As we discussed earlier, the reasons we took it. Lights on.
128.3.
Leave those off
128, Mike,
taxi light, come on. APU's not required, pressurisation.
32,
Altitude, the cabin's 2,000 feet, diff pressure's fine, set. Verify seatbelts on. We can actually do a recall here, can't we?
North Shuttle 3246, turn right heading 120 degree.
120, North Shuttle 32.
No, our check's complete. So, what's happening? We're at 90. We're off the arrival. We're being told to go west. And I have no idea where we are, if we can expect hold or if we're getting some sort of delayed vector. We'll have to see.
Approach hello, 72, 4,500.
Trav, Felino, Blog Aviation, what's the cause for holding just business? Or another reason? It's usually for delays in the approach. They can only have so many aircraft approach at the same time. So if there's multiple aircraft coming at the same time, they have to put them in a holding procedure. And then they can build up a stack there, and then they send the aircraft in one at a time to design when it's busy. The alternate is delayed vectors like this.
thanks for the service, bye.
Swiss 6969, descend altitudes 3,000
But you can always give the controllers a hand in these situations by, reducing the amount of non-essential radio transmissions and stuff. So, I mean, technically in real life, I should tell him I've got information Foxtrot QNH 1017, but on VATSIM on his own, controlling guys who are not necessarily experienced on the aircraft, I'm just doing a bit of a favour there, so I'm not going to nudge him unless I'm clearly out of the way. But then don't be scared, if you're clear, if he's definitely forgotten you, let him know. It's like walking a tightrope. Corner 11, what's the ETA? Well, who knows? On delayed vectors now. If it was a straight-in approach, we'd be landing in less than 10 minutes, but we're currently being vectored to the west. Phil,
looks like 1511 arrival.
New Zealand, nice to wake up to a live stream this morning. Best regards. Good morning to you, Phil. Hope you're doing well.
Looks
literally the other side of the world. It's amazing.
1511, maintain present heading, descend flight level 60.
Sat on top of the clouds here, looking very resplendent.
Hotel Oscar Yankee 10,
Ricky Turitz, happy birthday to you, sir.
Left 090, Hotel Oscar Yankee.
Cargo looks 37 Bravo approach.
What kind of graphic towers used? This is stock X-Plane 11 with
looking approach hello, so climb flight level 140.
active sky cloud textures.
Cargo looks 37 Bravo.
I mean, it looks great. Got rid of as many plugins as possible.
KLM 788, turn right heading 220 degree.
Right 220, KLM 788.
Your ortho looks very good.
Looks 1551 to 10
Thanks,
4,000 feet.
I've seen the ground once.
Expedite.
That's what it's like to fly over Europe though this time of year.
Speeds expediting and QNH 1017.
Victor Charlie Papa Alpha Tango, turn right heading 100 degrees.
Turn right heading 100 degrees, Alpha Charlie.
Lufthansa 3 Lima, Mike, turn left heading 100 degrees.
Left 100, Lufthansa 3 Lima, Mike.
50, 40,
6969, turn right,
30.
heading 21.
Hello,
20.
Volbrick. Long time no
10.
see. Hope you're doing well, my friend.
210 right,
Hi,
So
Kat.
1511, turn
Hope
left,
you
heading
all are better
1003.
are well. My wife gave birth to a beautiful boy today, and while Shush is resting now in winding
I'd like
down
a 28 Mike,
here,
turn right,
I
heading
miss all of
070.
you.
Volbrick, thank you very much. So Volbrick's one of our members who left a while back, and I
Alpha
remember
6, correction, Alpha 9 Charlie Golf, turn left, heading 130 degree.
left heading 130 degrees, Alpaca 9 and Charlie Golf. Volbrick, so nice to hear from you, and I remember when you told us that you will be having a baby, so congratulations on
Alpha
having
782, descend altitude 4,000 feet over
a
QNH
young girl. That's
1017.
absolutely brilliant news. I'm so happy you popped in here and you have a bit of respite. I should think you're very tired. Beautiful boy, sorry, beautiful boy. I'm losing. Oh, Volbrick, you've come at a good time. I've had a nightmare all stream today. I forgot to start an engine. I've been saying I'm on the wrong stand. I've just called your
Bravo,
boy
turn
girl.
left, heading 340
Congratulations on getting a beautiful boy. So fantastic news, and I hope your
Victor,
wife
Alpha Tango, descend.
is well rested and yourself. So
level 60.
fantastic. Thank you so much for popping in.
Descend flight level 60, Alpha Charlie for Tango. Alpha 28 Mike,
And we all miss you too. Not much has changed. The Discord's still going very strong. We've got all the same characters here, and it's a lovely place to be.
6969, contact Tower Bomber.
Sound on call for Roman is just saying Class B max 200 knots below 10,000 feet. I think it's 200 knots is below Class B airspace, but inside Class B airspace it is 250 knots. But if you're below it, it's max 200. I don't know what class airspace we are in here in Luxembourg, to be fair.
Looks like 1511, descend altitude 3,000 feet.
It's depicted on charts when we're in a commercial aircraft, usually Class D.
Negative.
When we're flying into a commercial
Victor Alpha
airline
Tango,
from
turn
Class A,
right.
but we're not
Right,
advised when we
heading
transition because
150.
we're always in controlled airspace.
Turn right,
most of the
heading
time.
150, Alpha Charlie Alpha Tango.
So yeah, instead of giving us the published holds, he's essentially giving us
Europa Vorlima Mike.
delayed vectors. So
4,000 feet on
looks
the
like this guy's got plenty of
for
capacity here.
one X-ray depot, one Yankee departure, sorry.
Ask Yankee, descend altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1017.
Pilot Barter, what headset to use in real life for a Bose A20 for these right now streaming?
1511, turn right, heading
Steel
210
Arcticus
clear
5.
LS, runway 24.
210, cleared LS.
This controllers seems to be dealing just fine with the traffic.
Like a 782, turn right, heading 130 degrees, climb flight
But
level
where I am in
60.
the sequence, not too sure.
Right, so 130, climb for level 60 of Alpha 780.
Luxembourg approach, good evening.
Elmarker, the guy who came in here before saying he became a grandpa, is that Volbrick's dad? No, it's not Elmark. It'd be funny if it was. We've had all sorts of celebrations this stream today. Very cool.
Tickets for Lima Mike, Luxembourg approach, hello sir, climb flight level
So we're sort of following the
160.
transition now on the decrease 2 Charlie. I wonder if he'll descend us onto this.
Atarsky, Yankee, turn
Goodness,
left,
might be here, look. Look at
050
this.
degrees.
Left 050, Ultra Yankee.
Alpha Nana, Charlie Golf, descent, flight level, correction 4,000, altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1017.
It's an altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1017 now. Back in 9 Charlie Golf. 4,000 feet set QNH 1017.
Coglux 37 Bravo, contact British Control 129.575.
And we're passing
129.575.
8,900 feet for 4,000 feet. Standby altimeter is set. If you're an aircraft developer for a simulator, take note. Give us an option to convert all altimeters at the same time. Yes, it's not realistic, but by George, it makes your life easier. It's great that they give you the option, like in the Zero mod as well. You can select all of them. Right, I'm going to just route direct to Lima X-Ray 24 India. Let's tidy up the
One
FMS
November
here.
Golf, Luxembourg approach, hello sir. Stand by.
There we are. So if we were to go straight in, we'd be about 1,700 feet high, but we're not going to get straight in, I don't think. Here.
Sorry, correction right, 030 degree.
So we'll have to see what happens. We might get some sort of delayed vector. If not, I have to quickly configure to get onto approach here.
Looks like 1511, contact Luxembourg Tower, 18.15.
At Bitconberg, if you do overrun the runway, there'll be an extra passport control because you will have passed over the border. Very cool. And I had some cloud here, so we'll put the engine anti-ice on.
Gdansk Yankee, contact director 118.9.
Now he's getting the work offloaded now to director. That's it. Brent, evening everyone, good evening to you. Guys, if you just tuned into the stream, we're
Alpha Tango, turn left heading
on
050 degrees.
the initial approach now into Luxembourg for runway 24. We had some initial delay factors. It's extremely busy this evening with a VATSIM event and then our horde coming in from Gdansk, but I hope you're all doing very well. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. Let's see if we get up to 500 likes before we touch down, if you are enjoying the stream. There we are, in we go. Outside of temperatures 0. Anti-ice was on. Use of anti-ice is very hard. The desktop sim without a plug-in to work it out there.
Alpha Nana 6. Correction, Alpha Nana Charlie Golf. Level of flight level 60.
Stop descent flight level 60, Alpaca 9 and Charlie Golf. So this is very important, 60. Do not forget to set standards straight away. And this is one of the threats. My operator, we immediately set the QNH for being cleared. We don't actually wait for the transition level, but that's a threat here, so make sure you set the level first, then immediately set standards to be cleared to stop descent flight level 60, which is based on 1013. Clouds look great this sim, don't they? That looks really realistic. And guys, this is no preset, this is just standard X-plane clouds. There are millions of plugins out there to help you, but just keep the speed at 250. I'm not sure what he wants us. We're now being vectored to the south. He's very busy. Instead of giving us a hold, he's just putting us on a vector.
Alpha Nana Charlie Golf, turn left heading 050 degrees. Contact director 118.9.
118.9, left heading 050 degrees. Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf. Great job, sir. Bye bye. Director is. What was that frequency again? Usually I can cheat, you see, and have them right in front of me. I think he said 1189. I'll let you guys chat because you are all my virtual gyms. MSS Microsoft Flight Simulator style clouds be nice. Yeah, I mean obviously that looks great. 1189. I knew it. Luxembourg director, hello. Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf, maintaining flight level 60. Radar heading 050 degrees, 250 knots.
Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf, hello, identified, heading.
Maintain heading Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf. Perfect.
Alpaca 782
So looking at the fuel situation, guys, we've got 10 tons on board exactly. We can burn 5 tons an hour, conservatively.
Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf, descent 4,000 feet, QNH 1017.
Set altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1017, Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf. So 4,000 feet.
Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf, speed 200 knots.
Reduce speed 200 knots, Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf. Might have to go flaps for that. I'm just going to bug the green bug initially. So yeah, let's just double check that reserves again.
1181 and confirms third speed 210. Negative.
So 5.7 tons, so we've still got at least 3.5 tons, 30 minutes essentially before we'd run into problems there. QNH 1017.
Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf, turn left heading 270.
Left heading 270 degrees, Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf. So 4,000 feet, QNH is 1017, passing 5,700, 4,000
Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf, rate of descent 1,500 knots.
1,500 feet per minute or greater, Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf. So let's just get that heading booked first, 270. Now, 1,500 feet per minute or greater, it's fine, we'll comply with that, but if he wants me to slow down as well, I'm going to struggle with that unless I use speed brake. So we're already at our clean speed. He wants 210, 215 is. I think the green dot is the clean speed in the A300. That's again my lack of Airbus knowledge there. But this approach looks good for our straight in. Just gonna...
Left heading 250, cleared as approach runway 24.
Left heading 250 degrees on that heading, cleared ILS approach runway 24, Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf. So I'm going to have to use a little bit of speed brake. See, remember, screw CDA right now, he wants 1,500 feet per minute or greater. I think that's because he's circling aircraft above us to get onto the ILS. So I'm just going to use a little bit of speed brake just to make sure we can comply with that speed restriction a bit more. But yeah, it's hard to do CDAs when you get restrictions like from ATC, such as maintain minimum. Descend 3,000 feet, Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf. Do you still need the 1,500 feet per minute or greater?
Negative, you can start reducing now, still speed 200.
200 knots, free rate of descent, Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf. So we're quite far out still, about 15, well not that far, 15 miles, but I don't want to keep jamming it down. So what we'll just do here is, fiddly, just go 500 feet per minute. Right, best do some sort of approach checklist here. So ILS, we're being cleared ILS 14 miles, so alarm Vorlock. And I think you can get the ident on the progress page, someone said. No, it still shows the NDB here, so I still haven't worked out how to ident the ILS in the A300. It's correct indications with the localizer and glide slope anyway. And you can see we're just on the intercept heading here, via limit X-ray 241. We'll just do 300 feet per minute. Speed 200, yes I know he said speed 200. I love it when you guys are so picky here, but the reason I'm doing 215 is my clean speed. I could give him 200 with flaps. You know what, we're getting to 10 miles now, so I can actually select flap 1 and give him 200 exactly. But in real life, I'd actually want to be flying my clean speed, and I should actually tell him, okay, Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf, request speed 215 knots at clean speed, and they usually grant that. Right, anyway, localizer alive, localizer capture, we'll set runway heading. Music will turn off now as well. Runway heading was 238 degrees. So that's set.
Correction, Victor Alpha Tango, descent 3000 feet, QNH 1017. Package Tango, descent 3000 feet.
There's Cat. Get tower on standby, which is 118.1. Always think ahead, guys. What do you think next from
Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf, contact tower 118.1.
Tower 18.1, Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf. Thanks to the ATC, sir. Bye bye.
Climb 788.
That's way better, thank you.
Oh, there's no ground frequency on that.
505 as well, and everything I have for you to Geneva.
Definitely no ground online.
Bravo, Mike.
Belux, and I think both stations ask for the clearance.
Oh, right, we really need to start
in about 5 minutes.
Roger, Luxembourg, Bravo, Mike.
So flaps 1515.
That's also safe for you, Airline.
And we can arm approach. Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf ILS 247 7 miles.
Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf, Luxembourg Tower, good evening. Speed 160 knots or less.
160 or less, Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf. So we'll give him another notch of flaps.
07 behind, landing aircraft, line up and wait, runway 24 behind.
Approaching glide slope capture.
Behind the landing aircraft, line up and wait.
So we couldn't fly a CDA, I should have done a little bit better there. Right, there's glide slope capture, missed approach altitude 3,000 feet set. And there is 5 miles. Can I take the next notch of flaps? I can, so gear down.
Taxi to the stand,
flaps 2020, and just going to bug our final approach speed here, 147. And we'll select the landing flaps, which is selected already, 3040. So landing checklist start switches, continuous recall is not checked, so I don't think you need to do it here. Speed brake armed, green light, landing gear down 3 green, order brake set to medium. Just holding on landing clearance. Happened quick, didn't it, guys, huh? There's approach lights and sights. Runway 24, someone's just been cleared for takeoff. He's on the runway.
Takeoff to departure 120.875.
So we get a late landing clearance here.
Yep.
Let's have some fun. Disconnecting. All the throttles off.
Alright, so Golf Sierra Delta Fox at X-ray.
That's matching my thrusting of position here, which is why we went to idle all of a sudden.
Golf Delta Fox at X-ray, you're clear to the station via Costa Grand. Thank you.
Oh, poor Luxembourg Tower doesn't have a ground controller on a VATSIM event. Poor guy. I feel really sorry for him, it's just a tower.
And let's say A3.
It's a proper Boeing Airbus. I've disconnected the autopilot, all the throttle, everything. That's why I like it so much. None of his fake nonsense. Speed's good, a little bit low on the glide slope.
Alpaca 9 Sierra, correction, Sierra Golf, winds 27 degrees 6 knots, runway 24, clear to land.
Runway 24, clear to land, Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf. Clear to land, check's complete. Forgot to turn the lights on, but at this stage it's too difficult. Jim, turn the lights on, please. So look at that radio altimeter and the. You'll see it rapidly climb now because of the ground increasing. There it goes. Look. So can cause terrain issues. Train cautions a little bit high on speed. Look at that tube. Sorry, Luxembourg event.
Golf, Foxtrot X-ray, go ahead.
Okay, go forward, direct clear to the destination.
Check.
Via
Close.
The
Hold the attitude.
Golf Tango, Quebec, 1 Yankee departure.
Where is that
5,100
runway?
feet.
Come on. Oh, that's a float. Oh, that's a float, but it's a butter. Right, minus 82. Reverse is green. Speed brakes up.
And we're ready for taxi, go for direct.
Go Foxtrot X-ray, taxi to hold short runway 24 report Alpha 1 via Bravo
At
Alpha
100 knots.
1017.
Okay, 1017.
Manual braking, see if we can make this exit for him. 80 knots.
Well, yeah, sure enough.
60 knots. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome
Take a taxi to
to
Charlie.
Luxembourg for the first time. Bit of a float, but a bit of a 10-second float. Oh dear, oh dear. Flaps coming up. Oh dear, oh dear. Speed brakes up. Reverses are stowed. And, perfect. It's a little bit of high speed for that exit, but I'm just trying to help the controller out. He's got a lot of egg departures there. Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf vacated to request taxi to the Eastern Apron 7.
Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf, confirm the cargo apron?
The cargo Lux apron, please, Alpaca 9 Charlie Golf.
Yes, my apologies.
My apologies, I didn't say that.
Wow. 9 Charlie Golf, taxi to stand Zulu 9 via Bravo Kilo 2.
Taxi stand Zulu 9 Alpaca 9 to Charlie Golf. You've got a lot of work to do this evening, buddy, sorry.
Oh, trust me, this is 4 hours long.
Jeez. Perfect. Awesome. Oh, welcome anyway. Might take a while to get to that stand actually. I've only just realised there's a lot of traffic here.
175, thank you for the top control, Temtic, Beeline 361.
So I forgot to turn the lights off, that's just because it was so busy. I've got late landing clearance valves. Usually pop those on when you got your landing clearance. Behind a little BizJet here.
Alpaca 782.
Got Alpaca 75s here. Hopefully we'll actually get to the cargo apron because it is the other side of the airport. Nightmare.
Bravo 2 via Lima 3, Alpaca 782.
This scenery, guys, from Just Sim. Weather is very true to real life. Very, very nice. Right, flight directors, we can turn off. Trim is 0 already. Oops, just realised the speed brakes are out before the stone post. They can go up. Strobes can come off.
I still don't have first. Oh, I do. But your first label has to be one of the Luxembourg seats.
We'll leave the engine anti-ice on. So there's Alpaca Airways going to the main terminal, which is completely full.
But it doesn't depart from Luxembourg first sit.
Oh, this poor guy. I really want to message this guy. I'm going to message him before I log off just to say, like, this poor controller is just a tower frequency on an event. I feel really guilty because I've really increased the amount of traffic here, I think, considerably from Gdansk.
Tower, good evening, Caleb 788 ILS 24.
Will, I'm Glade, so will you do some circuit training in the 200 or 800 as you've done some time ago in East Midlands? It was very interesting. I've got something in mind for the next charity stream at 70k, so bear that in mind with what you just said.
Oh, Alpaca, Charlie Alpha Tango.
So we'll be doing something hopefully when we get to 70k to support a...
Alpaca, Charlie Alpha Tango.
Where are you, Cat? What's this guy doing? Oh my days, what's he doing?
Alpaca, Charlie Alpha Tango.
Oh, is he just going to the whole point? I thought he was just causing problems. What is he doing? Days. Perfect, right, here comes the cargo Lux.
8142 back to landing Alpaca, line operator, runway 24
On the landing Alpaca. Amazing.
Yeah, the landing Alpaca, line up way 24 behind the
Superb.
8367.
APU start.
Go ahead, 8367.
Here's the cargo Lux apron, so we're going to go in via Kilo 1. Oh no, sorry, Kilo 2 wasn't it?
Lima Alpha 1 and also
Zulu 9.
for Luxembourg
So I wasn't really paying any attention here. Yes, it was.
Alright, then
Left of Kilo 2.
Fox X-ray, correction. Roger. Berwick, Ryanair 72 Papa X, Kilo, correction.
The shorter the float, the higher up on the list, said Tobias. Yeah, so there were two reasons. We'll look at the replay, of course. Float was basically down to the fact that I was trying to get a float, so I checked a little bit higher. And also the runway does go down, I think, in the sim at least at that point there, so that didn't help either. So have a look at that. Ralph Skyper and VATSIM controllers, once again, fantastic. Absolutely. They're always really, really good, these VATSIM pens. A little bit too much thrust here, 47%, but it looks like we're going uphill.
Number 3, 34. Number 3,
And Zulu 9, I believe, we will be into.
Luxembourg, Tower Thunder, 3 Lima Mike, 12 mile final, 212. Is that 3 Lima Mike? Good evening, you're number 4.
Poor guy. He's keeping in good spirits.
Lufthansa 3 Lima Mike. Yeah,
He got us down, that's all that matters with regards to the stream. I was expecting a lot longer delay. I mean, we just got delay vectors. Like, 8 seems pretty.
Preferably 140 knots or less. Reduce speed 140 knots or less, 1 hour 6. Kilometer 788, minimum approach speed, please. Correction, expect late.
I think here you'd be seeing lots of Cargolux jumbos. This is where they park.
Alpaca, Charlie Alpha Tango, welcome to Luxembourg. Please package Delta 2, please expedite.
Expedite vacation, Alpaca Charlie Tango.
Expedite vacation.
Qatar 8142, expect immediate departure.
We're ready. Sorry, 142. Sorry, this one, you don't have any use for us.
Bye-bye.
Get on stand. Oh, I'm running out of energy here.
Clear safe operation 142.
Now we'll bring it to a stop. There we are. Parking brake set, APU's available. We'll shut it down. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Luxembourg. Local time right now, 21:19 in the evening. For us in a simulator, it's 8:19 in the morning, Zulu, 12 hours behind. What a lovely sector that was. And we got 500 plus likes. Lovely. Good job, Captain. Thanks, Nate. I think I don't need thanking, it's the VATSIM controllers. Fantastic job getting us down here. Butter landing. Gosh, the butter man has struck again. It's been a while since we've got a butter in an Airbus. Hyper BR, 4 stripes equals a captain, right? That is correct. I don't know if you can hear me though. Ralph, nice flight captain, followed along but offline. Very good, sir. Wilhelm, some Canadian North gravel strip operation, as I suggested some time ago, but I'm excited for what you have planned. Oh, Wilhelm, one of the places I want to go to soon is Samos, because I've just been some scenery released there, so I'll have a look at that. Oh, Finley! That was very kind, Finley. I'll wait for it to pick up. Love the sounds of the engine spooling down.
50.
Well, thank you very much, Finley, for the
30,
£10 donation. One of my moderators.
10.
I please lower the volume. Yes, you're quite right. It's very low. Finn.
Nice stream, Captain Grin.
Well, Finn, that was very uncalled for. Finley's one of my youngest members. He's actually just recently turned 17. He's a moderator as well. Helps me run this channel, keeps it very smooth, and he's just only £10, which is very uncalled for, Finn. But thanks, and it was nice to talk to your father the other day. Seems very nice, and you should be very proud of everything you've achieved so far. So keep that up, and hope you had a good birthday the other day. And I think you said you're working tomorrow, so I hope you have a pleasant shift at the supermarket. Very good. Thanks a lot, buddy. Perfect. Right. Well, what do we say? Another flight done. Another Airbus A300 stream completed. The iniBuilds Airbus A300. Go check that out as well. It's pretty expensive add-on, but what a high quality add-on it is. I love it. It literally, there's a reason why I keep flying it. It's not because, you know, it's an aircraft that I've got in my library. It's because it is really good. It's nice to fly. It's a big, heavy aircraft. Handles nicely. It's well modelled. Great. But we'll fly some other stuff, of course. You want to see a replay? All in good time. Let's have a little read of the comments on arrival here. It's always a good laugh. I'd like to see some of the estimated landing rates, because people lose confidence in my my landing rates recently, because I've been doing some absolute bangers, some really hard ones.
Continue approach number 3, please to 9
Oh, 777, we went right over your house, very cool. We've got some boga requests, right? We butted it, so no need to go around today. The guy from Tower is good, I have him a lot in Brussels. Yeah, I think VATSIM cover Luxembourg and Brussels around here, which is pretty cool. Last one, Cat, thanks David Ryder. Felix, that was just you in front, very cool. Guess the mystery, I gave the stream a like purely out of pity for this taxi.
Selected 214 and Luxer 8367, you can both close your engines if you want to.
Perfect. Thank you, BVTube. Splendid stream as always. Very cool. Well then, perfect. Well, I'm going to make a note of this VATSIM controller here. I don't want to say thanks, he's so busy, and I've already said thanks already.
Attack 137, winds 27 degrees 6 knots.
Perfect. Right, we'll disconnect there. Thank you to all the members and to the regular subscribers who joined in on that group flight and caused a little bit of chaos in Luxembourg. I'm sure they appreciated the additional traffic inbound from Geneva, but it was certainly very, very busy. But they got us down in no time whatsoever. I was very impressed with all that. I mean, we just had some delayed vectors. It was superb, really, really good. Just pop the beacon off, there we go. Much more realistic, but yeah. That's it for today, guys, I'm afraid. I hope you enjoyed it, and of course, it is a Flight Data Sim live stream, so we'll, of course, do a replay in Expert 11 with the funky music. There we are. Let's stick it on final and take a look at that. So, there we are. Fully configured. We've got a landing clearance around a couple of miles out. Beautiful aircraft. Now we can turn the sounds back up again. And there you can see, look, the runway goes down. So I would have touched down had it been a flat X-Plane 11 runway, but look, we're actually sinking with the runway there, which is why the glide or the float was a little bit longer than usual, and this is a true issue in real airports where there's a downslope runway. So look, now it's downslope, we'd have touched down now, but look, we're actually descending below the height of the threshold, and now we've touched down. So it's probably another couple of feet lower, but it makes all the difference when you're in the flare there. But that is very true to the runway in Luxembourg. It is not completely flat. It's a downslope initially, then an upslope, I believe. Let's do another one. Touchdown by now. Just held the altitude, kept the wings level, and there we were. Slowly derotate the nose, and we're down. Bloodline is to facilitate those massive floaters like Flight Data Sim did. Oh, that's X-Plane 11's runway. When it's wet, I think they give you these dodgy little waving effects. Let's go. Just put it right on the nose here. There's such a funny... the A300 looks a bit out of proportion. The wing is so massive. Sounds are so good. Playing, boom. Nicely on the centre line. No complaints there. Excellent. In fact, you know what? I just have an idea. I don't mind to a landing view from the nose wheel. That might look pretty cool. Always full of bright ideas on Flight Data Sim. Yes, do that. Nose wheel cam. See the ailerons moving, look. It's not much of a shadow though, because it's too dark. There's making touchdown. Perfect GoPro location. Yeah, that's some explaining to do though, if that's found. Right guys, well that's the end of the live stream today. Thank you very much to everyone that's tuned in and taken part in channels. Lovely and interactive as per usual. To everyone that donated, thank you very much for your generosity. Thank you very much to Matthew M for that very generous £50 donation as well. Congratulations to Volprick, who became a father today. Oh, I've just forgotten whoever it was that became a granddad. Congratulations as well to you. Trying to remember everyone's names here is very, very difficult. To my members, don't forget we've got our members only group flight tomorrow at 9 AM. I'll post a link on Discord and to the YouTube community post, reminding people of where the link is. I still need to set that up, which I'll be doing after I've had my supper. And as usual, to all the regular subscribers, thanks a lot for tuning in as well and taking part. Don't forget to like and subscribe as usual. I'll be hopefully live again, public live stream on Sunday evening. I've got something in mind for you guys in Microsoft Flight Simulator, something a little bit different perhaps. So guys, stay safe as ever. Hope you're all doing well in these crazy times, this pandemic. Stay safe, and I'll see you all very soon.